There's a quiet magic to the early hours of the day, a stillness that feels untouched by the chaos yet to come. The air is lighter, the world softer, and for a brief moment it feels like everything is possible. These moments, fleeting as they are, hold the power to shape not just the hours ahead, but the person we aspire to be. Yet, how often do we let them slip through our fingers? Instead of welcoming the day with calm intention, we're pulled into its demands before we've even had a chance to truly wake up. For many, mornings are a battle. The alarm jolts us into action, our minds already racing through tasks, obligations, and worries. The first light of day becomes less of an opportunity and more of a challenge to conquer. But what if it didn't have to be this way? What if the first moments of the day could be transformed into a sanctuary, a space to ground ourselves, reconnect with our purpose, and begin with clarity instead of chaos? Buddhist wisdom offers a profoundly different way to greet the morning. It's not about adding more to an already packed schedule. It's about doing less, but doing it with intention. It's about understanding that the first breaths of the day carry immense potential, not because they're perfect, but because they're ours. In those quiet, early hours, before the world demands our attention, we have the chance to choose how we show up, not just for the day, but for our lives. There is something transformative about starting the day by simply pausing. Before rushing to meet the noise of the world, taking a moment to sit in stillness can feel like reclaiming a part of yourself. Buddhist teachings remind us that this stillness isn't about shutting out the world. It's about opening up to it with a calm and centered heart. It's a practice of grounding, where the act of sitting, breathing, or reflecting becomes a reminder that peace is not something we have to chase. It's something we already hold within. Waking up with this kind of awareness isn't about avoiding challenges or pretending life is perfect. It's about creating a foundation strong enough to face whatever the day brings. When we pause, when we breathe deeply, when we sit with the quiet before the storm, we prepare ourselves in ways that go far beyond the physical. It's like watering the roots of a tree before expecting it to stand tall in the wind. These small, intentional acts create a sense of steadiness that can carry us through anything. There's a gentleness in this approach that feels almost revolutionary. In a world that glorifies speed, productivity, and constant activity, choosing to start the day with mindfulness is an act of defiance. It's a way of saying, I refuse to let the world dictate my peace. And this choice, small as it may seem, can ripple through every aspect of life. It's not just about how you wake up, it's about how you live. Gratitude, too, becomes a powerful part of these quiet mornings. Not the kind of forced positivity that ignores life's difficulties, but a deep and sincere appreciation for what is. The warmth of the bed that held you through the night, the air that fills your lungs, the chance to see another sunrise. These aren't just small details. They are gifts. When we take a moment to acknowledge them, our perspective shifts. Life feels less like a series of demands and more like an unfolding opportunity. This practice of gratitude isn't about denying hardship or pretending everything is easy. It's about recognizing that even in the midst of struggle, there is beauty to be found. It's about training the mind to see abundance where it once saw lack. And in the stillness of the morning, when the world hasn't yet crowded your thoughts, it's easier to notice these small, extraordinary things. Buddhist philosophy often speaks of the power of beginnings. Each day, no matter what came before, offers a fresh start. This isn't just a comforting idea, it's a call to action. The past may shape us, but it doesn't have to define us. When we rise with the sun, we are given a gift, a blank canvas, a chance to set the tone for what's to come. It's up to us to decide how to use it. This isn't about perfection. It's not about adhering to rigid routines or trying to become someone else's version of successful. It's about honoring the morning as a sacred space, a time to connect with yourself before the demands of the day take over. It's about choosing to be present, even if only for a few minutes, and letting that presence guide the hours ahead. The beauty of this practice is that it's accessible to everyone. You don't need a meditation cushion, a serene garden, or hours of free time. All it takes is the willingness to pause, to breathe, and to notice. Even the simplest actions, like sitting quietly with a cup of tea, taking a deep breath before reaching for your phone, or reflecting on one thing you're grateful for, can create a shift. These small moments of intention can grow into something far greater than the sum of their parts. What's remarkable is how these practices don't just change your mornings, they change your life. They cultivate a sense of inner peace that extends beyond those early hours, influencing how you interact with others, how you handle challenges, and how you view the world. When you start the day rooted in mindfulness and gratitude, you carry that steadiness with you. It becomes a part of who you are. Mornings then become more than just a transition from sleep to wakefulness. They become a reflection of what's possible, a time to connect with the deeper rhythms of life and to align yourself with your values. They are a reminder that every day is a new opportunity, not just to do, but to be. And in this being, there is immense power. So, as the sun rises tomorrow and the world begins its daily hum, what will you choose? Will you let the rush of life sweep you away, or will you take a moment to anchor yourself, to breathe deeply, to step into the day with clarity and intention? The choice is yours, and it's one that can transform not just your mornings, but your entire existence. Mornings are more than just a time of day. They are a doorway into who we choose to become. There is a stillness in the early hours that holds a power unmatched by any other moment. It is a space free of distractions, a time when the mind is most receptive and the heart most open. This is why Buddhist practice places such profound emphasis on mornings. They are the foundation upon which the entire day is built. How we start our day isn't just a fleeting detail, it's a reflection of how we approach life itself. In the quiet before the world stirs, there's a clarity that allows us to reconnect with our values, realign with our purpose, and prepare ourselves for the challenges and joys ahead. For Buddhists, this time is sacred because it provides an unparalleled opportunity for awareness, intention, and transformation. The morning is not simply a transition from night to day. It is a moment of rebirth, a chance to begin anew with mindfulness and grace. The teachings of Buddhism remind us that our days are shaped by the energy we carry into them. A day begun with awareness ripples with calm and clarity, while a hurried or distracted start often leads to tension and disconnection. By embracing the morning with purpose, we set the tone for a life that feels grounded, intentional, and deeply fulfilling. The early hours are a reflection of impermanence, a cornerstone of Buddhist philosophy. Just as the sun rises each day, bringing light and warmth, so too do we have the chance to bring light into our lives and the lives of others. This is why mornings matter, not because they demand perfection, but because they offer potential. They hold the promise of peace and the opportunity to choose how we meet the world. The lessons we embrace in these moments echo throughout the day, shaping how we respond, how we connect, and how we grow. The rhythm of the morning mirrors the rhythm of life itself. There is a natural unfolding that cannot be rushed, only respected. Buddhist practice teaches us to meet this unfolding with patience and awareness, knowing that the quality of our mornings will infuse the hours to come. This understanding is not about rigid routines or strict schedules. It is about honoring the sanctity of beginnings. When we approach the morning with care, we create a life that feels less reactive and more intentional. One reason mornings are so powerful is that they are untouched by the complexities that often accumulate as the day progresses. Before the noise of the world demands our attention, there is an openness in the morning that allows us to listen to ourselves, to our surroundings, and to the quiet wisdom within. This is why many Buddhist practices focus on grounding rituals during these hours. Whether it is mindful breathing, gentle movement, or quiet reflection, these practices are not about adding tasks to our day. They are about creating space for what truly matters. Breath plays a central role in Buddhist morning practices because it is a bridge between the mind and the body, the internal and the external. In the stillness of the morning, the breath becomes a tool for anchoring ourselves in the present moment. It reminds us that life is not something we control, but something we participate in with awareness. A few deep breaths taken with intention can transform not just our mood, but our entire outlook on the day ahead. It is a simple yet profound act that aligns us with the flow of life. Gratitude also holds a special place in Buddhist morning habits. This is not the kind of gratitude that feels forced or performative. It is a genuine acknowledgement of the blessings that surround us, no matter how small. Starting the day with gratitude shifts the focus from what is lacking to what is present. It creates a sense of abundance that fuels resilience and fosters joy. When we wake with gratitude, we cultivate a mindset that sees challenges not as burdens, but as opportunities for growth. The way we treat our bodies in the morning also reflects our relationship with ourselves. Buddhist practices emphasize the importance of gentle, intentional movement as a way to honor the physical vessel that carries us through life. This could be as simple as stretching or as mindful as walking with awareness of each step. Movement in the morning is not about achievement, it is about connection. It is a reminder that the body and mind are not separate, but deeply intertwined, each influencing the other in profound ways. Another cornerstone of Buddhist morning practice is the setting of intentions. Unlike rigid goals, intentions are a way of aligning our actions with our values. They act as a compass, guiding us through the day with clarity and purpose. An intention might be as simple as committing to kindness or as specific as approaching a difficult task with patience. What matters is the act of pausing to reflect on what we want to carry into the day. This practice transforms mornings from something we pass through to something we actively shape. The importance of silence in Buddhist mornings cannot be overstated. Silence is not merely the absence of sound, it is the presence of stillness. In the quiet of the morning, there is a depth that allows us to hear what often goes unnoticed, the whispers of our own thoughts, the rhythm of our breath, the subtle beauty of life unfolding around us. Silence creates a space for reflection and clarity, offering a reprieve from the constant noise that so often drowns out our inner voice. Compassion, both for ourselves and others, is another thread that runs through Buddhist morning habits. Starting the day with a practice like loving-kindness meditation not only fosters empathy, but also strengthens our ability to face the world with an open heart. Compassion is not a passive state. It is an active choice to approach life with understanding and care. By cultivating this quality in the morning, we set the stage for interactions that are rooted in connection rather than conflict. The sacredness of mornings in Buddhist practice is deeply tied to the principle of impermanence. Each morning is a reminder that life is constantly changing, that no moment is guaranteed, and that each day is a gift. This awareness does not create fear. It creates appreciation. It inspires us to live fully, to greet each morning not with dread, but with gratitude for the chance to experience another day. Science increasingly supports what Buddhist teachings have long understood. How we start our mornings has a profound impact on our mental, emotional, and physical well-being. Research shows that practices like mindfulness, gratitude, and intentional living reduce stress, enhance focus, and improve overall happiness. These findings affirm the wisdom of Buddhist morning habits, demonstrating that the benefits are not just philosophical, but tangible. Mornings are also a time for renewal. They offer a clean slate, a chance to release the weight of yesterday and step into the possibilities of today. This is a core belief in Buddhism, that every day, and indeed every moment, is an opportunity to begin again. By approaching the morning with this mindset, we cultivate resilience and hope, even in the face of challenges. Buddhist monks often refer to the morning as a time to cultivate seeds of positivity. This metaphor speaks to the idea that the habits we nurture in the morning grow throughout the day. Whether it is mindfulness, gratitude, or compassion, these seeds take root and influence how we respond to life's inevitable ups and downs. The morning is not just a moment in time, it is a garden where the qualities we value most can flourish. The beauty of Buddhist morning practices lies in their simplicity. They do not require elaborate rituals or perfect conditions. They are accessible to anyone willing to approach the morning with curiosity and care. Whether it is sitting quietly for a few minutes, taking a deep breath, or reflecting on a single point of gratitude, these practices invite us to engage with the day in a way that feels authentic and meaningful. As the morning light softens the edges of the world, it reminds us that we too can soften. We can meet the day not with resistance, but with openness. We can choose presence over distraction, intention over haste, and compassion over judgment. These choices may seem small, but they hold the power to transform not just our mornings, but our entire lives. The morning is a sacred pause, a moment of stillness before the currents of the day pull us forward. It is a time to listen, to reflect, and to act with purpose. In honoring the morning, we honor ourselves and the life we are creating. This is why mornings matter, not because they demand anything from us, but because they offer us everything. In the quiet embrace of morning, there is an anchor waiting to hold us steady. It doesn't require tools, noise, or even much time, only the rhythm of our breath. The simple act of breathing, when done with awareness, has the power to shape not just how we start our day, but how we navigate the entire course of our lives. Yet, this profound gift, so integral to our existence, is often overlooked, taken for granted, or left on autopilot. Mindful breathing is not merely an act of survival, but a practice of transformation. It is a gateway to presence, a tool for grounding, and a means to calm the storm within. In a world that pulls us in countless directions, this habit teaches us how to return to ourselves, to the steady rhythm that sustains us and connects us to the moment. The breath is a mirror of the mind. When the mind races, the breath shortens and quickens, reflecting anxiety and restlessness. When the mind finds peace, the breath becomes deep, steady, and calm. By consciously engaging with the breath, we can interrupt cycles of stress and overwhelm, restoring balance to both the body and mind. Each breath becomes an opportunity to reclaim control, to find clarity, and to connect with the present moment. Starting the day with mindful breathing sets a foundation of calm and focus. Before the chaos of the world demands our attention, this practice creates a pause, a chance to engage with the simplest, most natural rhythm of life. It's not about controlling the breath, but about noticing it, about allowing the body to guide us toward a place of ease. This gentle awareness not only quiets the mind, but also creates space for intention and clarity to arise. Physically, mindful breathing engages the parasympathetic nervous system, often called the rest and digest system. This counteracts the stress response that so many of us carry into our mornings. A few moments of deliberate breathing can lower heart rate, reduce blood pressure, and relax tense muscles, preparing the body to meet the day with resilience. The effects ripple outward, influencing everything from digestion to immune function, reminding us that the body thrives when given a moment to pause and reset. Mentally, the benefits of mindful breathing are profound. By focusing on the breath, we quiet the chatter of the mind, creating a space where thoughts can slow and settle. This clarity opens the door to creative thinking, problem-solving, and emotional balance. Instead of being swept away by worries or distractions, the mind finds a steady anchor in the rhythm of the breath. This focus doesn't just reduce stress, it enhances our ability to engage with life fully, moment by moment. Mindful breathing also cultivates a sense of gratitude for the present moment. In Buddhist practice, the breath is seen as a reminder of impermanence, the awareness that each breath is unique, unrepeatable, and precious. This perspective shifts our relationship with time, teaching us to savor what is here now, rather than constantly longing for what was or what might be. The breath grounds us in the reality that life is unfolding now, and it invites us to participate fully. This practice isn't about perfection or extended sessions of meditation. It can begin with something as simple as taking 3 deep breaths. Inhale slowly, allowing the lungs to fill completely. Pause for a moment, feeling the fullness of life within you. Exhale gently, releasing tension and letting go of anything that doesn't serve you. These 3 breaths, done with intention, can transform the energy of the morning, bringing a sense of calm and control that carries into the rest of the day. Mindful breathing also enhances self-awareness. When we take time to notice the breath, we become more attuned to the subtle signals of the body and mind. Are we holding tension in our shoulders? Is our mind racing with thoughts before we've even started the day? The breath acts as a guide, gently revealing where we need care, compassion, or adjustment. This awareness helps us meet ourselves where we are, with kindness and acceptance. The ripple effects of this practice extend to our interactions with others. When we start the day grounded in the breath, we approach relationships with greater patience and empathy. The pause created by mindful breathing gives us space to respond rather than react, fostering connections that are thoughtful and meaningful. This sense of presence doesn't just benefit us, it creates a ripple of calm and kindness that touches everyone we encounter. Culturally, many Buddhist teachings describe the breath as the thread that weaves through the fabric of life. It connects us to ourselves, to others, and to the greater flow of existence. By starting the day with this awareness, we step into a rhythm that feels less fragmented and more harmonious. The breath becomes a bridge, linking our inner world with the external world, creating a sense of unity and peace. Practically, mindful breathing is one of the most accessible tools we have. It requires no special equipment, no designated space, and no prior experience. Whether lying in bed, sitting in a chair, or standing by a window, this practice can be integrated seamlessly into any morning routine. It is as simple as pausing, noticing the breath, and allowing it to guide you towards stillness. Its simplicity is its strength, making it a habit that anyone can embrace. The transformative power of mindful breathing lies in its consistency. Like water shaping a stone, the small, deliberate act of breathing with awareness creates lasting change over time. It strengthens the mind's ability to focus, the body's capacity to relax, and the heart's openness to the moment. Each morning spent with this practice becomes a building block in the foundation of a life lived with intention and grace. Emotionally, mindful breathing provides a safe space to process feelings. Mornings often bring a mix of emotions: anticipation, worry, excitement, or even dread. By turning to the breath, we create a container for these emotions, allowing them to be acknowledged and felt without overwhelming us. This emotional regulation helps us start the day from a place of balance rather than being swept away by the tide of our feelings. Mindful breathing also fosters a sense of trust in oneself. In those moments of awareness, we reconnect with the inner strength that is always present but often forgotten. The breath becomes a reminder that we have the tools to navigate whatever comes our way, that peace is always within reach, and that we are more resilient than we realize. This sense of empowerment can transform not just our mornings, but our entire approach to life. This practice is not limited to specific circumstances or environments. Whether facing a busy day ahead or stepping into a time of rest, mindful breathing adapts to meet us where we are. It becomes a constant companion, a source of stability and peace in an ever-changing world. This adaptability is what makes it so valuable. It is a tool that serves us no matter the situation. Spiritually, mindful breathing deepens our connection to the essence of life. It reminds us that each breath is a gift, an affirmation of our existence, and a link to something greater than ourselves. In Buddhist teachings, the breath is often seen as a thread that ties us to the present moment and to the interconnectedness of all beings. Starting the day with this awareness fosters a sense of humility and gratitude, anchoring us in a perspective that transcends the self. Over time, this practice rewires the brain to approach life with greater calm and clarity. Research has shown that mindfulness practices, including mindful breathing, increase gray matter in regions of the brain associated with emotional regulation, focus, and empathy. This means that the benefits of mindful breathing are not just felt in the moment, but accumulate over time, creating lasting change in how we think, feel, and respond. As we engage with mindful breathing each morning, we create a ripple effect that extends beyond ourselves. Our calmness influences our families, our focus enhances our work, and our presence enriches our relationships. This is the quiet power of this practice. It transforms us in ways that inevitably touch the lives of others. To breathe mindfully is to live mindfully, starting with the very first moments of the day. It is a practice of grounding, a tool for clarity, and a pathway to peace. By embracing this habit each morning, we step into a rhythm of life that feels less rushed, more intentional, and deeply aligned with our values. It is a simple act, but its impact is profound, offering us the clarity and calm to meet the day and life with grace. The breath, steady and grounding, creates a doorway to presence, but what awaits on the other side is the energy that sustains our connection to life. Gratitude. This is not a fleeting emotion or a polite thank you spoken out of habit. Gratitude, in its truest form, is a perspective, a lens through which the world shifts from lack to abundance, from noise to meaning. It's not just an act, it's a state of being that transforms the ordinary into something extraordinary. For Buddhists, gratitude is a cornerstone of joy, a practice that begins not in grand gestures, but in the quiet moments of awakening. When the first light of day filters through, gratitude becomes the foundation of mindful living. It is a practice of choosing to focus on what is here rather than what is missing. This shift doesn't require a change in circumstances, but a change in perspective. By consciously naming and appreciating the gifts present in our lives, we align ourselves with a flow of positivity that carries us through the challenges ahead. Gratitude teaches us that joy isn't something we chase, it's something we cultivate. Gratitude begins with awareness. In the Buddhist tradition, awakening in the morning is seen as a profound gift in itself. The opportunity to take another breath, to open one's eyes, to step into another day. These are not taken for granted. Gratitude arises naturally when we recognize the impermanence of life and cherish the moments we are given. This awareness doesn't breed fear of loss. It creates a deeper appreciation for what is. By starting the day with this perspective, we create a foundation of joy that is rooted in what already exists. Practicing gratitude transforms how we interact with the world. Instead of focusing on scarcity, what we don't have, what went wrong, or what might be missing, we begin to notice the abundance around us. This shift is powerful, not because it erases challenges, but because it changes how we meet them. Gratitude fosters resilience by grounding us in the understanding that even in difficulty, there is something to be thankful for. This mindset turns obstacles into teachers and setbacks into stepping stones. When gratitude becomes a habit, it rewires the mind. Neuroscience shows that consistent gratitude practice strengthens neural pathways associated with positivity and emotional well-being. This means that the more we practice gratitude, the more natural it becomes to see the world through its lens. Over time, gratitude isn't something we have to consciously think about. It becomes an automatic response to life. This doesn't mean ignoring pain or hardship, but recognizing that even within them, there are sparks of light. Gratitude also deepens our relationships. By expressing appreciation for the people around us, we strengthen bonds and foster a sense of connection. In Buddhist practice, this extends beyond immediate circles to include all beings. Gratitude is not limited to what directly benefits us. It encompasses the interconnectedness of life. The food on our plate, the air we breathe, the water we drink. These are all sources of gratitude that remind us of our reliance on others and the environment. This understanding cultivates humility and inspires actions that honor these connections. A morning practice of gratitude doesn't need to be elaborate. For Buddhists, it often begins with a simple acknowledgement, a quiet moment of thanks for waking up, for the chance to experience another day. This can expand into specific reflections: gratitude for a warm bed, for the sounds of the world waking up, for the health that allows us to move through the day. These small acts of acknowledgement accumulate, creating a wave of positivity that sets the tone for the hours ahead. Gratitude also has a grounding effect. By focusing on what is present, we are less likely to get caught up in worries about the future or regrets about the past. This presence is a key aspect of mindfulness. And it's through gratitude that we anchor ourselves in the now. The act of noticing and appreciating redirects our energy from dwelling on what we can't control to engaging with what we can. This sense of presence fosters clarity and purpose. For those who struggle to feel gratitude naturally, Buddhist teachings offer tools to cultivate it. One approach is through reflection on interdependence. Recognizing how many people and processes contribute to even the simplest aspects of our lives opens the heart to appreciation. From the farmers who grow our food to the hands that build our homes, gratitude extends outward, revealing the vast web of support that sustains us. This perspective shifts focus away from self-centered thinking to a broader awareness of our place in the world. Gratitude is also a practice of letting go. When we hold on to anger, resentment, or entitlement, it becomes difficult to see the good around us. Buddhist teachings encourage the release of these burdens as a way to make space for gratitude. This doesn't mean denying negative emotions, but addressing them with compassion and understanding. By letting go of what weighs us down, we create room to fully experience the abundance in our lives. The relationship between gratitude and joy is cyclical. Gratitude fosters joy, and joy, in turn, deepens gratitude. This cycle creates a positive feedback loop that enhances overall well-being. Buddhists see this as an essential part of the path to enlightenment, not because it is about blind positivity, but because it cultivates an open heart and a clear mind. Gratitude becomes a bridge to greater understanding and compassion, both for ourselves and others. Expressing gratitude outwardly is another powerful way to deepen the practice. Whether through words, gestures, or acts of kindness, sharing gratitude amplifies its effects. In Buddhist practice, this often includes expressing thanks to teachers, family, and even strangers who contribute to our growth. This outward expression not only strengthens relationships, but also reinforces the habit of noticing and appreciating the good around us. Gratitude also transforms how we perceive challenges. Instead of viewing difficulties as setbacks, we begin to see them as opportunities for growth. This perspective is rooted in the Buddhist understanding of impermanence, that all things, even struggles, are temporary. By finding something to be grateful for within a challenge, we shift from a mindset of resistance to one of acceptance. This doesn't minimize the difficulty, but changes how we engage with it. Morning gratitude practices can take many forms. For some, it might be journaling 3 things they are grateful for each day. For others, it could be a silent reflection during a cup of tea or a prayer of thanks before starting the day. What matters is consistency and sincerity. The practice doesn't need to be perfect. It simply needs to be authentic. Over time, these small acts of gratitude build a foundation of positivity and resilience that carries through the day. Gratitude also has a profound effect on mental health. Studies have shown that regular gratitude practice reduces symptoms of depression and anxiety, increases happiness, and improves overall well-being. This aligns with Buddhist teachings that emphasize gratitude as a pathway to inner peace. By focusing on what is good in our lives, we create a buffer against the negative thoughts and emotions that can dominate our minds. The power of gratitude lies in its ability to shift perspective. It's not about ignoring reality, but choosing to see the full picture. Even in the midst of struggle, there is always something to appreciate. A lesson learned, a moment of kindness, or the simple fact of being alive. This perspective doesn't diminish hardship. It empowers us to face it with strength and hope. Gratitude also teaches us to slow down. In the rush of modern life, it's easy to overlook the small blessings that surround us. By pausing to acknowledge them, we create a sense of mindfulness that enriches our experience of the present moment. This slowing down is not about doing less, but about being more fully engaged with what we do. It's a practice of savoring life rather than rushing through it. Ultimately, gratitude is a choice. It's a decision to focus on what is good, to appreciate what is, and to let go of what isn't. This choice, made each morning, sets the stage for a day that feels less like a series of demands and more like a series of gifts. Gratitude transforms not just how we start the day, but how we live our lives, creating a sense of abundance that is rooted in the present moment. Through this practice, we discover that joy isn't something we find, it's something we create. Gratitude creates a fertile ground for joy, but to shape the course of a meaningful day, something deeper is needed: intention. Gratitude teaches us to see the gifts already present in our lives, while intention allows us to take those gifts and channel them into purpose. It is the act of deciding before the noise of the day begins who you want to be and how you want to engage with the world. It is not about rigid goals, but about alignment, connecting your actions to your values in a way that creates coherence between what you feel, think, and do. Intention transforms the ordinary into the extraordinary by infusing even the smallest actions with meaning. Intention is not the same as a to-do list or a schedule. While those things focus on what needs to get done, intention focuses on how you approach doing it. It shapes the energy you bring to each task, the attitude you carry, and the perspective you hold. Setting an intention in the morning gives your day direction, not in a constricting way, but in a guiding way. It's like a compass that keeps you aligned with your deeper self, helping you navigate the day with clarity and purpose. The Buddhist practice of setting intentions is rooted in mindfulness. It begins with pausing and reflecting before the momentum of the day takes over. This moment of stillness allows you to check in with yourself, to ask, "What matters most today?" Or, "How can I live in a way that aligns with my values?" These questions are not about achieving perfection, but about approaching life with sincerity. The answers might vary each day, but the act of asking ensures that you are living consciously rather than being carried along by habit or circumstance. Intentions are deeply personal, shaped by your experiences, values, and aspirations. For one person, an intention might be to practice patience in moments of frustration. For another, it might be to focus on acts of kindness. What matters is that your intention reflects what is meaningful to you. This connection to your inner values gives your day a sense of purpose that extends beyond tasks and achievements. It shifts your focus from external outcomes to internal alignment, creating a sense of fulfillment that is independent of how the day unfolds. Setting intentions also helps you prioritize. In the busyness of daily life, it's easy to get caught up in activities that feel urgent but are not truly important. When you set an intention, you clarify what matters most, allowing you to approach your day with greater focus. This clarity reduces stress and prevents the feeling of being pulled in too many directions. It creates a sense of flow where your actions feel purposeful rather than scattered. One of the most profound effects of setting intentions is how it transforms your mindset. Instead of starting the day with a sense of overwhelm or obligation, you start with a sense of agency. You're not just reacting to the day's demands, you're shaping how you engage with them. This shift in perspective empowers you to meet challenges with resilience and opportunities with enthusiasm. It creates a sense of ownership over your day, reminding you that while you cannot control everything, you can control how you show up. Intentions also foster emotional balance. By grounding yourself in your values, you are less likely to be swayed by external pressures or distractions. If your intention is to remain calm and compassionate, for example, you are more likely to respond to stress with patience rather than frustration. This doesn't mean suppressing emotions. It means creating space to navigate them with awareness and care. Intentions act as a stabilizing force, helping you stay centered even in the midst of chaos. In Buddhist practice, intentions are often tied to the concept of right effort, one of the Eightfold Path's guiding principles. Right effort is about channeling your energy toward what is wholesome and beneficial, avoiding actions or thoughts that lead to harm or imbalance. Setting intentions in the morning aligns your energy with this principle, ensuring that your efforts throughout the day are purposeful and constructive. It is not about striving, but about aligning, about moving through the day with integrity and mindfulness. Setting intentions is also a form of self-compassion. It is an acknowledgement that your time and energy are valuable and that how you use them matters. By taking a moment to reflect on your intentions, you are giving yourself permission to focus on what truly nourishes you, rather than getting lost in the noise of the day. This practice reminds you that your well-being is not a luxury, but a foundation for living a meaningful life. Intentions have a ripple effect, influencing not only how you feel, but also how you interact with others. When you approach the day with clarity and purpose, it creates a sense of calm and confidence that others can sense. This presence fosters deeper connections and more positive interactions, whether with family, friends, or colleagues. By living in alignment with your values, you inspire others to do the same, creating a collective sense of purpose and connection. The act of setting intentions is also a practice of mindfulness in itself. It requires you to pause, reflect, and connect with the present moment. This act of reflection creates a sense of grounding that carries into the rest of the day. It reminds you to return to your intention whenever you feel distracted or overwhelmed, creating a touchstone that anchors you to what matters most. Intentions are not about perfection or rigidity. There will be moments when you stray from your intention, when the day doesn't go as planned, or when challenges test your resolve. But the beauty of intentions is that they are forgiving. Each moment offers a chance to realign, to recommit to your purpose, and to continue moving forward with grace. This flexibility makes intentions a powerful tool for resilience, allowing you to navigate life's ups and downs with steadiness. In Buddhist teachings, the act of setting intentions is often linked to the principle of karma. Karma is not about predestined outcomes, but about the energy we create through our thoughts, words, and actions. By setting intentions, we consciously choose the kind of energy we want to cultivate and the impact we want to have. This practice reminds us that we are not passive participants in life, but active creators of our reality. Intentions also create a sense of hope. They remind us that each day is an opportunity to start fresh, to make choices that align with who we want to be, and to move closer to the life we envision. This sense of possibility is deeply empowering, especially on days when the weight of the world feels heavy. Intentions remind us that change begins with small, purposeful steps, and that each moment holds the potential for transformation. To integrate intentions into your morning, you don't need elaborate rituals or extended periods of time. It can be as simple as sitting quietly for a minute and asking yourself, what do I want to bring into today? Or, How can I live in alignment with my values? These questions create a sense of clarity and focus, allowing you to approach the day with intention rather than autopilot. Over time, this practice becomes a natural part of your routine, shaping how you live and interact with the world. Intentions also connect us to a sense of purpose that goes beyond the individual. When we set intentions rooted in kindness, compassion, or service, we contribute to a larger sense of harmony and interconnectedness. This broader perspective reminds us that our actions, no matter how small, have the power to create positive change. By aligning our intentions with these values, we create a ripple effect that extends far beyond ourselves. The power of intention lies in its simplicity and depth. It is not about achieving more, but about being more present, more aligned, more connected to what truly matters. It is a practice that transforms not just how we start our day, but how we live our lives. Each morning, as we set our intentions, we make a quiet commitment to ourselves and the world, to show up fully, to act with purpose, and to move through the day with clarity and grace. This commitment, small as it may seem, holds the potential to create a life of meaning and joy. Setting intentions brings clarity to the mind, but for those intentions to carry weight throughout the day, the body must also be invited into the experience. The connection between the mind and body is not separate. They are deeply intertwined, each influencing the other in ways that are subtle yet profound. When the body is stagnant, the mind often mirrors this inertia. But when the body moves with purpose and care, the mind finds energy, focus, and a sense of presence that words alone cannot achieve. Mindful movement in the morning is not about pushing boundaries or achieving physical milestones. It's about creating harmony between the physical and mental, using the body as a bridge to deepen awareness and ground oneself in the present. Movements like stretching, walking, or flowing through yoga postures awaken the body, releasing tension accumulated during sleep and preparing it to meet the day with vitality. This practice is rooted in the Buddhist principle of mindfulness. Each movement, no matter how small, becomes an opportunity to connect with the body, to notice how it feels, and to engage with it in a compassionate way. Mindful movement teaches us to honor our physical selves not as machines to be driven, but as integral parts of our overall well-being. The way we start the day physically can set the tone for how we carry ourselves emotionally and mentally. Gentle movement in the morning helps awaken the body's natural rhythms. Sleep often leaves muscles stiff and joints in need of lubrication. Stretching or moving gently helps increase blood flow, oxygenate the muscles, and release stiffness, allowing the body to transition from rest to activity. This process is not only physical, it also signals to the mind that the day is beginning, creating a sense of readiness and alertness. Walking mindfully, even for a few minutes, is another powerful way to connect with the body. The act of placing one foot in front of the other, done with intention, can become a meditation in itself. It's an opportunity to feel the ground beneath your feet, to notice the rhythm of your steps, and to tune into the sensations of movement. Walking is not just a means of transportation. It's a practice of presence that centers the mind while energizing the body. Yoga, often associated with Buddhist principles of mindfulness, offers a structured way to engage in mindful movement. The postures are designed to align the body, enhance flexibility, and strengthen muscles, all while fostering a sense of inner calm. But yoga is more than a physical exercise. It is a practice of integrating breath, movement, and awareness. Each pose becomes a conversation between the body and mind, teaching balance, patience, and resilience. Breath plays a crucial role in mindful movement. Whether stretching, walking, or practicing yoga, aligning movement with breath creates a sense of flow that calms the nervous system and enhances focus. This connection between breath and movement helps regulate stress responses, grounding both the body and mind in the present moment. It's not about controlling the breath, but about allowing it to guide the rhythm of the movement, creating a seamless integration of the two. Mindful movement also fosters gratitude for the body. In the rush of daily life, it's easy to take our physical selves for granted, focusing only on what the body can or cannot do. But when we engage in mindful movement, we become aware of the incredible complexity and capability of our bodies. This awareness cultivates a sense of appreciation and respect, reminding us that our bodies are not obstacles to be overcome, but partners in our journey through life. For those who prefer simplicity, even a few moments of stretching can create profound effects. Stretching lengthens the muscles, improves circulation, and releases tension stored overnight. It also invites the mind into the present by focusing on the sensations of each movement. Stretching is not about pushing limits, but about creating space within the body, allowing energy to flow freely and preparing it to meet the day with ease. Mindful movement also strengthens the connection between the physical and emotional. Emotions often manifest in the body as tension, heaviness, or discomfort. Movement allows these emotions to be acknowledged and released, creating a sense of lightness and balance. This process is not about escaping emotions, but about working through them in a way that feels gentle and supportive. Incorporating mindful movement into a morning routine creates a sense of rhythm and stability. It becomes a grounding ritual that anchors the start of the day, providing a sense of consistency even in the face of unpredictability. This rhythm doesn't need to be rigid. It can be as flexible as life requires. What matters is the intention behind the movement and the presence it brings. Mindful movement is also a way to reconnect with nature. Walking outdoors, feeling the sun on your skin, and hearing the sounds of the natural world deepen the sense of connection to something larger than yourself. Nature has a grounding effect that calms the mind and revitalizes the spirit, and engaging with it through movement amplifies these benefits. This practice reminds us of our interconnectedness with the world around us. Physically, mindful movement improves posture, enhances coordination, and increases overall physical resilience. These benefits extend beyond the immediate practice, influencing how we carry ourselves throughout the day. A body that feels strong and aligned supports a mind that feels capable and focused. This relationship between physical and mental well-being highlights the holistic nature of mindful movement. Culturally, movement practices like Tai Chi and Qi Gong, rooted in Buddhist and Taoist traditions, emphasize the flow of energy through the body. These gentle, rhythmic movements are designed to balance energy, enhance vitality, and foster a sense of peace. They serve as a reminder that movement is not just about the external body, but also about the internal flow of energy and mindfulness. Mindful movement also encourages a sense of playfulness and exploration. Engaging with the body in a curious and non-judgmental way creates space for joy and spontaneity. This approach counters the tendency to view movement as a chore or obligation, transforming it into an act of self-care and self-discovery. By approaching movement with an open heart, we create a relationship with our bodies that feels nurturing and empowering. This practice teaches patience and acceptance. The body is constantly changing, influenced by factors like age, stress, and lifestyle. Mindful movement encourages us to meet our bodies where they are, rather than where we think they should be. This acceptance fosters a sense of peace and allows us to engage with movement in a way that feels authentic and sustainable. Mindful movement also enhances focus and mental clarity. By bringing awareness to the body, we quiet the mind's chatter and create space for clarity to emerge. This focus carries into the rest of the day, improving productivity and decision-making. It's not about doing more, but about doing what matters with greater presence and intention. The benefits of mindful movement extend to sleep and overall energy levels. Engaging in gentle movement in the morning helps regulate the body's internal clock, signaling that it's time to wake up and be active. This rhythm supports better sleep at night and sustained energy throughout the day. It's a reminder that how we start the day influences how we experience the entire 24 hours. Mindful movement also nurtures self-discipline. By committing to this practice each morning, we cultivate a sense of responsibility to ourselves and our well-being. This discipline is not about rigidity, but about consistency, a quiet promise to care for our bodies and minds in a way that feels supportive and kind. This practice creates a foundation of balance and stability that influences how we approach life's challenges. A body that feels grounded supports a mind that feels centered, and this balance enhances our ability to respond to stress with resilience and calm. Mindful movement becomes more than a morning habit. It becomes a tool for navigating the complexities of life with grace. Engaging in mindful movement each morning fosters a deeper connection to yourself. It's a time to listen to your body, to honor its needs, and to celebrate its capabilities. This connection creates a sense of wholeness, reminding you that you're not separate from your body, but deeply integrated with it. This awareness enhances overall well-being and creates a sense of harmony within. Mindful movement is not about achieving perfection, but about engaging with the present moment through the body. Each movement becomes an expression of mindfulness, a way to ground yourself in the here and now. By starting the day with this practice, you create a ripple effect that influences how you move through the world, with intention, balance, and presence. The connection between body and mind deepens when we extend mindfulness into how we nourish ourselves. Movement awakens the body, but what follows, the act of eating, offers an opportunity to align our physical needs with our emotional and mental well-being. Breakfast, the first meal of the day, is more than a source of energy. It is a chance to practice presence, gratitude, and care in a way that transforms not only our relationship with food, but also how we carry ourselves into the rest of the day. Eating is often treated as a task to complete rather than an experience to savor. Many of us rush through meals, distracted by screens or thoughts of what's next. In doing so, we miss the profound connection between the food on our plates and the nourishment it provides. Mindful eating shifts this dynamic, bringing attention and appreciation to every bite. It's not just about slowing down. It's about truly being there, engaging all of our senses to fully experience the act of eating. In Buddhist teachings, food is regarded with reverence. It is seen as a gift that sustains life, deserving of respect and awareness. This perspective encourages gratitude for every aspect of the meal, from the farmers who grew the ingredients to the earth that provided them. By beginning breakfast with this sense of gratitude, we cultivate a mindset that values abundance over consumption. This shift transforms food from something we take for granted into something we deeply appreciate. Mindful eating starts before the first bite. It begins with the act of preparing or choosing food. When approached mindfully, these moments become an extension of the practice, choosing nourishing foods with intention, noticing their colors, textures and scents, and appreciating the effort that went into bringing them to the table, all deepen the experience. This awareness not only enhances the meal, but also strengthens the connection between our choices and our well-being. The physical act of eating is an opportunity to engage fully with the present moment. Paying attention to the taste, texture and aroma of each bite brings us into a state of mindfulness that quiets the mind and anchors us in the now. This practice also helps us tune into the body's signals of hunger and fullness, fostering a relationship with food that is guided by need rather than habit or impulse. When we eat mindfully, we listen to what the body truly needs, avoiding overindulgence or neglect. Mindful eating also involves chewing slowly and thoroughly. This not only aids digestion, but also creates space for appreciation and presence. By slowing down, we allow ourselves to truly experience the flavors and textures of the food. This intentional pace transforms eating into a meditative practice, where each bite is savored and acknowledged. It's not about counting bites or creating rules. It's about engaging fully with the experience. Gratitude during meals extends beyond the food itself to the act of eating. The ability to taste, chew, and digest is a remarkable gift, often overlooked in the rush of daily life. By taking a moment to acknowledge and appreciate these abilities, we deepen our sense of connection to the body and the sustenance it receives. This gratitude also fosters humility, reminding us of the interdependence that allows us to thrive. Mindful eating also creates a sense of balance, both physically and emotionally. By focusing on the meal without distractions, we prevent overeating driven by external stimuli rather than true hunger. This awareness helps regulate energy levels and supports overall health. Emotionally, the act of eating mindfully fosters a sense of calm and satisfaction, reducing stress and creating a positive start to the day. The environment in which we eat also plays a role in mindful eating. Creating a space that feels calm and inviting enhances the experience. This could mean sitting at a table, removing distractions, or adding small touches like natural light or a clean setting. These details, though seemingly minor, create a foundation for mindfulness by signaling that the act of eating is worthy of attention and care. Mindful eating also invites us to reflect on the origins of our food. The grains, fruits and vegetables on our plates have traveled through countless hands and processes to reach us. This reflection fosters a sense of connection to the larger world, reminding us of the effort and energy that sustains our lives. This perspective encourages mindful consumption, where we take only what we need and honor the resources that make our meals possible. Engaging with food in this way also transforms how we perceive it. Instead of seeing meals as fuel to power through the day, we begin to view them as opportunities to nourish both body and mind. This shift changes how we approach breakfast and every meal that follows, creating a relationship with food that feels balanced, respectful, and joyful. For those who struggle with emotional eating, mindful eating offers a path to healing. By bringing awareness to the act of eating, we learn to separate physical hunger from emotional cravings. This practice creates space to address underlying emotions rather than using food as a coping mechanism. Over time, this awareness fosters a healthier relationship with food and a deeper understanding of our emotional needs. Mindful eating also aligns with Buddhist principles of impermanence and interconnection. Each meal is a transient experience, unique and unrepeatable. By embracing this impermanence, we savor the moment without clinging or rushing. The interconnection reminds us that we are part of a larger whole, supported by the efforts of others and the gifts of the earth. This perspective adds depth and meaning to the simple act of eating. This practice also enhances digestion and overall health. Eating slowly and attentively supports the body's natural processes, reducing issues like overeating, indigestion, or sluggishness. By tuning into the body's responses, we create a partnership with our physical selves, working in harmony rather than imposing mindless habits. Mindful eating fosters self-compassion. By treating ourselves with kindness and care during meals, we reinforce the idea that we are deserving of attention and nourishment. This mindset extends beyond the meal, influencing how we care for ourselves throughout the day. It reminds us that self-care is not a luxury, but a necessity, and that every choice we make has the power to support or hinder our well-being. Mindful eating can also be a communal practice. Sharing a meal with others, approached with mindfulness, deepens connection and fosters meaningful interactions. By being present during the meal, we create space for genuine conversation and shared appreciation. This communal aspect aligns with Buddhist values of connection and compassion, reminding us that meals are not just about sustenance, but about relationships. For those new to mindful eating, starting small is key. It might mean focusing on just one aspect of the meal, such as the texture of the food or the act of chewing. Over time, this practice becomes more natural, extending to every aspect of the eating experience. The goal is not perfection, but presence, showing up fully for the meal and for ourselves. This practice also cultivates a sense of curiosity. By paying attention to the flavors, textures, and sensations of the meal, we engage with food in a way that feels fresh and exciting. This curiosity transforms routine meals into moments of discovery, fostering a sense of joy and wonder. Mindful eating aligns with the broader goal of living intentionally. It's not just about the food on the plate, but about how we approach life itself. By practicing mindfulness during meals, we strengthen our ability to be present in all areas of life. This ripple effect enhances our relationships, work, and overall sense of fulfillment. As we bring mindfulness to the table, we create a deeper connection to the present moment. The act of eating becomes more than a necessity. It becomes a ritual of gratitude, awareness, and care. This approach not only enhances physical health, but also nurtures emotional and mental well-being. By starting the day with this practice, we set a tone of mindfulness and appreciation that carries into everything we do. Through mindful eating, we transform not just our relationship with food, but our relationship with life. The act of nourishing the body through mindful eating builds a foundation of care and connection, but the heart also seeks its nourishment. That nourishment comes from compassion. In the quiet of the morning, before the day has taken shape, there is a powerful opportunity to cultivate this quality, not just for others, but for yourself. Compassion meditation, often called loving kindness meditation, is a practice that fosters inner peace while opening the heart to the interconnectedness of all beings. It transforms how we view ourselves and others, creating a ripple of empathy that begins within and extends outward. Compassion is not just an emotion. It is an active choice to see others with understanding and to approach the world with an open heart. In the morning, when the mind is fresh and unburdened, this practice is especially potent. Compassion meditation allows us to set the tone for the day, infusing it with kindness, patience, and empathy. It's not about denying difficulties or avoiding challenges, but about meeting them with a heart that is steady and soft. This practice begins with yourself. Contrary to what many believe, self-compassion is not selfish. It is the root from which all other compassion grows. Starting the day with a few moments of kindness toward yourself helps dissolve the harsh inner voice that often dominates our thoughts. It is an act of saying, "I am enough as I am." By extending understanding and forgiveness to yourself, you create space for growth and healing. This self-compassion doesn't excuse mistakes, but acknowledges them without judgment, turning them into opportunities for learning. From this foundation, compassion expands outward. The next step in the meditation is to direct loving kindness towards someone close to you, someone who brings joy and comfort. This step strengthens the bonds of connection and appreciation, reminding you of the value of your relationships. By holding this person in your heart with kindness, you deepen your sense of gratitude and reinforce the positive energy that flows between you. The practice then moves to include someone neutral, perhaps a stranger you crossed paths with, or someone whose role in your life is minor. Directing compassion toward a neutral person is a powerful reminder of the shared humanity we often overlook. It softens the boundaries of us and them, fostering a sense of unity that transcends surface-level differences. The most transformative aspect of compassion meditation is extending kindness towards someone with whom you feel conflict or difficulty. This is not about condoning harmful behavior, but about freeing yourself from the burden of resentment. By holding this person in your heart with the wish for their well-being, you release the grip of anger and open the door to understanding. This act doesn't erase pain, but transforms it, turning suffering into a bridge for empathy. Finally, the meditation encompasses all beings, friends, strangers, and even those far removed from your life. This universal compassion is the essence of Buddhist teachings, the understanding that all beings seek happiness and wish to avoid suffering. By connecting with this shared longing, you dissolve the illusion of separateness and cultivate a sense of belonging that is both humbling and uplifting. The effects of compassion meditation extend far beyond the morning practice. Research shows that regular engagement with this meditation reduces stress, enhances emotional resilience, and increases feelings of connectedness. It strengthens the brain's empathy centers, making it easier to understand and respond to the emotions of others. This doesn't just improve relationships, it transforms how you engage with the world, creating a sense of harmony that touches every aspect of life. Compassion meditation also rewires the mind to approach challenges with patience and perspective. When you start the day with kindness, it becomes easier to navigate difficult situations without being reactive or defensive. This practice creates a buffer of calm, allowing you to respond with thoughtfulness rather than impulsivity. The clarity that comes from compassion fosters better decision-making and a deeper sense of inner peace. Physically, compassion meditation has been shown to lower blood pressure, reduce inflammation, and boost overall health. These benefits arise because the practice engages the parasympathetic nervous system, shifting the body from a state of stress to one of rest and repair. This connection between the heart and the body underscores the holistic nature of compassion. It heals not only emotional wounds, but physical ones as well. Compassion also transforms how you view yourself. By regularly engaging in this practice, you begin to see your strengths and vulnerabilities with greater clarity and acceptance. This self-awareness fosters a sense of confidence that is rooted in authenticity rather than perfection. You learn to carry yourself with a quiet assurance that comes from knowing your worth is not tied to external validation, but to the kindness you cultivate within. The ripple effects of compassion meditation extend to every interaction. When you approach others with empathy, you create an environment of trust and openness. This doesn't mean avoiding conflict, but handling it with a sense of understanding that seeks resolution rather than division. Compassion becomes a tool for bridging gaps, whether in personal relationships, workplaces, or communities. Morning compassion meditation also invites reflection on the interconnectedness of all beings. In the rush of daily life, it's easy to see others as obstacles or competitors. This practice reminds us that beneath the surface, we all share the same struggles, fears, and hopes. This perspective shifts how you engage with others, replacing judgment with curiosity and criticism with understanding. For those who find it difficult to connect with compassion, Buddhist teachings offer practical tools to nurture this quality. Visualization, for example, is a powerful way to deepen the practice. Visualizing someone smiling, healthy, and at peace helps bring the abstract wish for their well-being into a vivid and emotional reality. This technique strengthens the heart's capacity for empathy and makes the meditation feel more tangible and impactful. The practice of compassion also invites a deeper exploration of forgiveness. Forgiveness in Buddhism is not about excusing harm, but about releasing the grip of anger and resentment. Holding on to these emotions harms the one who carries them more than the one who caused them. Compassion. Meditation helps soften this grip, creating space for healing and freedom. Engaging with compassion, meditation also strengthens resilience. By connecting with your own suffering and the suffering of others, you develop a greater capacity to endure life's challenges without losing your sense of balance or hope. This resilience is not about hardening yourself, but about becoming more flexible, like bamboo bending in the wind. Compassion becomes a source of strength that allows you to face difficulties with grace. Compassion meditation also enhances creativity and problem-solving. When the heart is open and the mind is calm, new perspectives and solutions emerge naturally. This practice fosters a sense of possibility, helping you approach challenges with curiosity rather than fear. It reminds you that even in the face of obstacles, there is always a way forward. This practice is accessible to everyone, regardless of experience or background. It requires no special equipment or setting, only the willingness to sit quietly and connect with your heart. Whether you have 5 minutes or an hour, the act of turning inward and cultivating kindness has the power to transform your day and your life. Starting the day with compassion, meditation creates a foundation of inner peace that carries into everything you do. It shapes how you see yourself, how you treat others, and how you navigate the complexities of life. This practice is not about achieving a state of perfection, but about embracing the imperfect, the flawed, and the human with kindness and understanding. By weaving compassion into your morning, you align yourself with the deeper rhythms of life. This alignment fosters a sense of purpose, reminding you that your actions, no matter how small, have the power to create ripples of kindness that extend far beyond what you can see. Compassion meditation is not just a practice, it is a way of being, a way of meeting the world with an open heart every single day. The power of compassion meditation lies in its ability to cultivate inner peace and outward kindness. But the effectiveness of such practices is not just a matter of philosophy. It is deeply rooted in how the mind and body function. Buddhist morning rituals like mindfulness, gratitude, and intentional living resonate profoundly with modern science. These practices, refined over centuries, now find affirmation in research that reveals their impact on mental, emotional, and physical well-being. This intersection of ancient wisdom and scientific insight sheds light on why these rituals are so transformative. The human brain thrives on patterns, and the rituals we establish shape not just how we feel, but how we operate throughout the day. Morning rituals create a mental framework that primes the mind for focus, resilience, and positivity. Neuroscience confirms that starting the day with mindfulness activates the prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for decision-making, emotional regulation, and problem-solving. This activation helps balance the brain's stress response, fostering calmness and clarity before challenges arise. Gratitude, a cornerstone of Buddhist practice, has been shown to have profound effects on mental health. Studies reveal that regular gratitude practice increases activity in the brain's reward system, releasing neurotransmitters like dopamine and serotonin. These chemicals boost mood and promote a sense of well-being. Gratitude also strengthens neural pathways related to optimism, making it easier to focus on positive experiences, even during difficult times. This rewiring of the brain supports emotional resilience, helping us navigate life with a balanced perspective. Mindfulness, another essential element of Buddhist rituals, changes how the brain processes information. Research using MRI scans shows that mindfulness meditation increases gray matter density in areas associated with learning, memory, and self-awareness. This means that even a few minutes of mindfulness each morning can improve focus, enhance emotional regulation, and reduce anxiety. These changes are not fleeting. With consistent practice, the brain physically restructures itself, creating lasting benefits. The role of breath in Buddhist rituals is supported by its direct influence on the autonomic nervous system. Deep, mindful breathing activates the parasympathetic nervous system, shifting the body from a state of stress to one of rest and repair. This activation lowers heart rate, reduces blood pressure, and calms the mind. The simplicity of focusing on the breath makes it a powerful tool for managing stress and fostering presence. Science affirms that this practice not only reduces cortisol levels, but also enhances overall heart health. Intentional living, emphasized in Buddhist teachings, aligns closely with the concept of neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to adapt and change in response to experience. Setting intentions each morning helps direct the brain's focus, creating a roadmap for the day. This intentionality reduces decision fatigue, a phenomenon where the accumulation of choices throughout the day leads to mental exhaustion. By clarifying priorities in the morning, we preserve mental energy and approach tasks with greater efficiency and purpose. Physical health is also profoundly influenced by these rituals. Mindful movement, such as yoga or walking meditation, supports cardiovascular health, enhances flexibility, and boosts energy levels. Research shows that even gentle physical activity in the morning improves circulation, stimulates the release of endorphins, and enhances mood. These benefits extend beyond the physical, fostering a sense of vitality and grounding that lasts throughout the day. The integration of gratitude into meals as seen in Buddhist mindful eating practices, has significant implications for digestion and overall health. Studies show that eating mindfully reduces overeating and supports healthier food choices. By paying attention to the act of eating, we enhance the body's ability to absorb nutrients and regulate hunger signals. This approach creates a harmonious relationship with food, reducing stress-related eating habits and promoting a balanced diet. Compassion. Meditation, deeply rooted in Buddhist rituals, also finds support in modern psychology. Studies reveal that engaging in loving-kindness meditation reduces symptoms of depression and increases feelings of social connection. This practice activates the brain's empathy centers, fostering a sense of understanding and shared humanity. The effects of compassion meditation extend to physical health as well, with research indicating lower levels of inflammation and improved immune function among those who practice regularly. The benefits of silence and stillness, integral to Buddhist morning rituals, are also supported by science. Quiet moments reduce sensory overload, allowing the brain to recover from constant stimulation. This downtime enhances creativity, improves memory, and boosts problem-solving abilities. The brain's default mode network, active during rest, plays a key role in self-reflection and future planning. Embracing stillness each morning creates space for these processes, fostering clarity and insight. The principle of impermanence, central to Buddhist teachings, helps shift our relationship with stress and uncertainty. Embracing change as a natural part of life reduces the brain's resistance to new experiences. This openness fosters adaptability, a trait linked to emotional resilience and mental flexibility. Studies show that those who practice mindfulness and embrace impermanence experience lower levels of chronic stress and greater satisfaction with life. Buddhist rituals also influence how we perceive and manage time. Morning practices grounded in mindfulness slow the perception of time, allowing us to savor experiences rather than rushing through them. This shift reduces the feeling of being overwhelmed, enhancing our ability to prioritize and focus. By creating a sense of spaciousness in the morning, we set the tone for a day that feels intentional rather than reactive. Engaging in these rituals creates a positive feedback loop between body and mind. For example, mindful movement releases endorphins that boost mood, which in turn enhances focus during mindfulness meditation. Gratitude fosters optimism, which strengthens relationships, creating a sense of support and belonging. These interconnected benefits amplify one another, creating a holistic sense of well-being that extends beyond the morning hours. The role of community, emphasized in Buddhist practices, is another factor supported by research. Studies show that engaging in shared rituals or meditative practices fosters a sense of connection and reduces feelings of isolation. Social bonds formed through shared mindfulness or gratitude practices enhance emotional health and create a support network that contributes to resilience and happiness. The cumulative effect of these rituals is profound. Individually, they address specific aspects of well-being, reducing stress, enhancing focus, improving mood. Together, they create a foundation for a life that feels balanced, purposeful, and connected. The science behind these practices confirms what Buddhist teachings have known for centuries, that the mind and body are deeply intertwined, and that caring for one nourishes the other. These rituals also empower us to take an active role in our well-being. Rather than feeling at the mercy of external circumstances, we learn that small, intentional actions can create meaningful change. This sense of agency enhances self-confidence and fosters a proactive approach to life. The rituals are not about perfection, but about presence, showing up each morning with an open heart and a willingness to engage with life. The accessibility of these practices makes them even more impactful. They require no special equipment, no significant time investment, and no prior experience. Whether it's taking 3 mindful breaths, expressing gratitude for a new day, or setting an intention, these small acts create ripples that shape the entire day. Their simplicity is their strength, allowing anyone to integrate them into their routine. The science behind Buddhist morning rituals highlights their universal applicability. They are not bound by culture or religion, but speak to fundamental aspects of human nature. The need for connection, the desire for peace, and the pursuit of purpose are shared by all. These practices offer a path to fulfill those needs in a way that feels grounded and sustainable. As modern research continues to explore the benefits of these rituals, it becomes clear that they are more than habits. They are tools for transformation. They teach us how to navigate life with grace, how to meet challenges with resilience, and how to create a sense of harmony within ourselves and with the world. The intersection of ancient wisdom and scientific validation confirms that these rituals are not just effective, they are essential for cultivating a life of meaning and joy. The science behind Buddhist morning rituals demonstrates their transformative power, but their true value often lies in their ability to address one of modern life's most pervasive challenges: stress. The relentless pace of life often pulls us into chaos before the day has even begun. However, Buddhist morning practices provide a path from disorder to tranquility, offering tools to navigate stress with grace and resilience. These small, intentional acts can change not just how mornings unfold, but how we carry ourselves through the entire day. Stress is not inherently negative. It's the body's way of preparing us to face challenges. But when left unchecked, it becomes a relentless force that drains energy, clouds judgment, and weakens the body. Buddhist practices acknowledge this dual nature of stress, teaching us how to work with it rather than against it. Mornings, when the mind is fresh and open, are the ideal time to cultivate habits that transform stress into a catalyst for mindfulness and growth. Starting the day with mindfulness calms the storm of racing thoughts that often accompany the morning rush. Focusing on the breath anchors the mind, creating a sense of stability and presence. This simple act sends a signal to the brain that it's safe to slow down, reducing the activation of the fight-or-flight response. By beginning with mindfulness, we interrupt the cycle of stress before it takes hold, creating a foundation of calm that influences the rest of the day. Gratitude also plays a significant role in overcoming morning stress. By focusing on what we have rather than what we lack, gratitude shifts the mind away from worry and toward appreciation. This perspective doesn't erase the challenges, but helps us approach them with a sense of abundance rather than scarcity. A few moments spent acknowledging the gifts in life, health, relationships, opportunities, can dramatically change how we face the day's demands. Setting intentions in the morning provides clarity amidst the noise of competing priorities. When stress arises, it often stems from uncertainty or feeling pulled in too many directions. Intentions act as a compass, guiding us toward what truly matters. This clarity not only reduces decision fatigue, but also fosters a sense of purpose that counters the aimlessness stress can bring. When the day is rooted in intention, we are less likely to feel overwhelmed by distractions or unexpected challenges. Physical practices, like mindful movement, are equally effective in managing morning stress. Movement releases tension stored in the body, improves circulation, and promotes the release of endorphins, natural chemicals that enhance mood and reduce feelings of anxiety. Gentle stretches or yoga poses also engage the body in a way that feels nurturing rather than demanding, helping to create a sense of balance and ease. Mindful eating in the morning can also prevent stress from derailing the day. By slowing down and paying attention to the act of eating, we nourish not just the body, but the mind. The process of eating becomes an opportunity to practice presence, to savor the flavors and textures of the meal, and to connect with the act of sustaining ourselves. This mindful approach reduces the likelihood of rushing through breakfast or skipping it altogether, which can contribute to feelings of disorganization and irritability later in the day. Compassion meditation, often practiced in the morning, softens the edges of stress by shifting the focus outward. Stress often narrows our perspective, making problems feel insurmountable. Compassion expands this view, reminding us of our shared humanity and the interconnectedness of all experiences. By wishing well for ourselves and others, we create a sense of connection that reduces feelings of isolation and self-imposed pressure. Silence and stillness are powerful antidotes to stress. In the quiet moments of the morning, before the world's demands rush in, there is space to breathe, reflect, and ground oneself. This stillness is not about doing nothing. It's about creating a pause that allows clarity and calm to emerge. Even a few minutes of silence can reset the nervous system, fostering a sense of calm that carries into the day. The principle of impermanence, central to Buddhist teachings, provides a valuable perspective on stress. When we acknowledge that all things, including challenges, are temporary, we reduce the hold they have on our minds. This awareness doesn't dismiss difficulties but reframes them, helping us approach them with patience and resilience. By embracing impermanence, we learn to let go of the small irritations that can snowball into larger stresses. Mindful time management, inspired by Buddhist practices, also prevents stress from spiraling out of control. By organizing the morning with intention, prioritizing tasks, setting boundaries, and allowing for moments of rest, we create a sense of flow rather than chaos. This approach recognizes that time is a resource to be managed with care, fostering a sense of control that counters the helplessness stress often brings. The body's physiological response to stress is another area where Buddhist morning habits offer support. Practices like deep breathing and mindfulness meditation reduce cortisol levels, the hormone associated with stress. This reduction not only calms the mind, but also supports overall health, reducing the risk of stress-related conditions like high blood pressure, digestive issues, and weakened immunity. These physical benefits reinforce the importance of addressing stress not just emotionally, but holistically. Morning rituals also strengthen emotional resilience, helping us navigate stress with greater ease. By starting the day with practices that foster gratitude, mindfulness, and compassion, we build a mental buffer that softens the impact of stresses. This resilience doesn't eliminate challenges, but equips us to face them with steadiness and perspective. It teaches us that stress is not an enemy, but a teacher, guiding us toward greater self-awareness and growth. Engaging with these practices also rewires the brain, making it more adept at handling stress. Neuroscience shows that mindfulness increases activity in areas of the brain associated with emotional regulation and decreases activity in the amygdala, the brain's fear center. This shift creates a more balanced response to stress, reducing reactivity and enhancing our ability to respond thoughtfully rather than impulsively. Community, emphasized in Buddhist teachings, is another powerful tool for managing stress. Connecting with others through shared practices or simple acts of kindness creates a sense of support that alleviates feelings of isolation. Whether it's a shared moment of silence, a morning meditation group, or a kind word to a neighbor, these connections remind us that we are not alone in our struggles. The cumulative effect of these practices is a profound shift from chaos to calm. Each habit, mindfulness, gratitude, intention, movement and compassion, works together to create a morning that feels centered and purposeful. This foundation doesn't just prevent stress, it transforms how we experience it, turning it into an opportunity for growth rather than a source of overwhelm. By embracing these small but powerful habits, we learn to navigate the complexities of life with greater ease. Stress becomes less of a burden and more of a guide, pointing us toward what needs attention and care. The path from chaos to calm is not about eliminating stress, but about changing our relationship with it, using Buddhist morning practices to create a life that feels balanced, intentional, and deeply aligned with our values. The journey from chaos to calm is anchored in the realization that life's turbulence is not permanent. Stress, challenges, and even moments of joy are transient. This understanding leads us to a profound truth that lies at the heart of Buddhist teachings: impermanence. It is a concept that reshapes how we approach each moment, inviting us to find peace not in holding on, but in embracing the fleeting nature of all things. The practice of acknowledging impermanence brings clarity, grounding, and a sense of liberation, especially in the quiet hours of the morning. Impermanence is not a source of despair. It is a doorway to freedom. When we accept that everything is in constant flux, we release the burden of clinging to what cannot be controlled. This acceptance creates space for a deeper connection to the present moment. In morning practices, impermanence becomes a lens through which we view the start of the day, not as something to conquer or perfect, but as an ever-changing flow to engage with fully. Morning is a time when impermanence is most evident. The transition from night to day, from stillness to movement, mirrors the cycles of life itself. Observing these changes can serve as a gentle reminder that nothing stays the same, not even the stresses or triumphs of yesterday. This perspective fosters gratitude for the present moment, however it unfolds. By beginning the day with an awareness of impermanence, we open ourselves to its lessons and gifts. The practice of embracing impermanence helps us navigate the inevitable uncertainties of life. Each morning, we step into a world that is unpredictable, yet full of possibility. Instead of resisting this uncertainty, Buddhist teachings encourage us to see it as a natural part of existence. By doing so, we reduce the anxiety that comes from trying to control what cannot be controlled. This shift in mindset transforms the unknown from a source of fear into a space for curiosity and growth. Impermanence also teaches us to let go of perfectionism. In the rush to create the ideal morning or the perfect day, we often overlook the beauty of imperfection. Acknowledging that nothing lasts forever allows us to approach each moment with gentleness rather than judgment. This perspective softens our expectations, freeing us to experience life as it is rather than as we think it should be. Morning rituals grounded in impermanence encourage us to release attachment, not just to material things, but to thoughts, emotions, and outcomes. This practice is not about denying feelings or ignoring goals, but about engaging with them without being consumed by them. For instance, if stress arises in the morning, acknowledging its impermanence can prevent it from dominating the day. Similarly, savoring a moment of peace with the awareness that it, too, will pass enhances its richness and depth. The physical body is a powerful reminder of impermanence. Each morning, as we stretch, breathe, or move mindfully, we witness the body's constant state of change. Muscles loosen, energy shifts, and sensations arise and fade. Engaging with these changes cultivates a deeper appreciation for the body's resilience and adaptability. This awareness also fosters self-compassion, reminding us that aging, fatigue, or discomfort are natural parts of life's rhythm. Impermanence also invites us to re-evaluate our relationship with time. Mornings often feel rushed because we treat time as something to fight against or control. Recognizing that time itself is fluid and ever-moving helps us approach it with a sense of flow rather than resistance. This mindset encourages us to savor each moment rather than racing through it, creating a sense of spaciousness even on the busiest days. The Buddhist practice of mindfulness is deeply intertwined with impermanence. By paying attention to the present moment without clinging or resisting, we align ourselves with life's natural ebb and flow. This alignment reduces the mental tension that arises from trying to hold on to fleeting experiences. Morning mindfulness practices, such as meditation or mindful breathing, ground us in this understanding, fostering a sense of peace that carries into the day. Impermanence also deepens our relationships. Each interaction, no matter how brief, is unique and unrepeatable. Recognizing this truth encourages us to be fully present with others, whether it's a loved one over breakfast or a colleague during a morning meeting. This presence strengthens connections and reminds us to appreciate the people in our lives while we have the chance. Gratitude and impermanence go hand in hand. The fleeting nature of life makes its moments more precious. Acknowledging that nothing lasts forever transforms gratitude from a passive feeling into an active practice. Each morning becomes an opportunity to express thanks for the people, experiences, and opportunities that enrich our lives, however temporary they may be. Impermanence also challenges us to re-evaluate our priorities. Knowing that our time is limited encourages us to focus on what truly matters. Morning reflections on impermanence can help clarify these priorities, guiding us to invest energy in what aligns with our values rather than being swept up in trivial concerns. This practice creates a sense of purpose that counteracts the aimlessness often caused by stress or distraction. Letting go, a key aspect of embracing impermanence, is a skill that grows with practice. Mornings offer a natural time to cultivate this ability, whether it's releasing the worries of the previous day or approaching new challenges with openness. This act of letting go is not about giving up, but about freeing ourselves from the weight of unnecessary attachments, creating space for clarity and creativity. Impermanence also enhances resilience. By accepting that change is constant, we build the mental flexibility needed to adapt to life's ups and downs. This adaptability is not about being unaffected by challenges, but about facing them with a sense of balance and perspective. Morning practices that emphasize impermanence, such as mindful movement or meditation, strengthen this resilience, equipping us to navigate the day with greater ease. Nature is one of the greatest teachers of impermanence. Observing the changing light of dawn, the movement of clouds, or the sounds of the morning can ground us in the reality of life's constant evolution. These moments of connection to the natural world remind us that we too are part of this flow. This perspective fosters humility and a sense of wonder, counteracting the stress of feeling isolated or disconnected. Embracing impermanence also cultivates forgiveness, both for ourselves and others. Recognizing that mistakes, conflicts, and even pain are temporary allows us to let go of grudges and regrets. This practice doesn't erase the past, but transforms how we carry it, turning it into a source of growth rather than a burden. Morning reflections on impermanence create a fresh start, a chance to approach the day with renewed openness. Compassion is another quality that flourishes when we embrace impermanence. Understanding that everyone is navigating their own fleeting experiences fosters empathy and patience. Morning practices that include compassion meditation or acts of kindness reinforce this connection, reminding us that we are all united by the impermanence of our journeys. The beauty of impermanence lies in its ability to deepen our appreciation for life's fleeting moments. By starting the day with practices that honor this truth, we cultivate a sense of peace and purpose that carries into everything we do. This peace is not about avoiding change, but about embracing it, knowing that within each moment lies the potential for growth, connection, and joy. Through the lens of impermanence, we see that every morning is both a beginning and an ending, a precious opportunity to engage with life in all its fullness. The beauty of impermanence teaches us to hold each moment lightly, embracing the richness of life as it unfolds. Yet, to truly connect with this fleeting present, we must find a way to pause, to step away from the noise of the world and into the stillness within. Silence and stillness are not mere absences of sound or movement. They are active spaces of reflection, clarity, and renewal. These moments of quiet are not empty. They are filled with the opportunity to listen, to reconnect, and to begin the day with a mind that is clear and a heart that is open. In the rush of modern life, silence can feel unfamiliar or even uncomfortable, but it holds a transformative power that is often overlooked. The morning, before the demands of the day take hold, offers the perfect canvas for cultivating this stillness. When embraced as a ritual, silence becomes a source of strength, a wellspring of insight, and a sanctuary for the soul. It is in these quiet moments that clarity emerges, unburdened by the noise of expectations and distractions. Silence is not merely the absence of external sound. It is the quieting of the inner chatter that often dominates our thoughts. In these still moments, we create space to observe our minds without judgment, to notice the patterns of thought that pull us away from the present. This observation fosters self-awareness, allowing us to see our habits and reactions more clearly. It is in this clarity that we begin to understand ourselves more deeply, cultivating a sense of calm that extends far beyond the morning. Stillness allows us to reconnect with the body, mind, and spirit in a way that is both grounding and expansive. In moments of stillness, we are not striving or performing, we are simply being. This state of presence is deeply nourishing, offering a reprieve from the constant drive to do more or be more. It reminds us that our worth is not tied to productivity, but to the simple fact of our existence. Starting the day with this reminder sets a tone of self-acceptance and ease. The act of sitting in stillness can feel deceptively simple, but its effects are profound. Physically, it allows the body to rest and recalibrate, reducing tension and fostering a sense of balance. Mentally, it creates a space for thoughts to settle, like sediment falling to the bottom of a clear pond. Emotionally, It provides a sanctuary where we can process feelings without being overwhelmed by them. This holistic impact underscores the interconnectedness of our physical, mental, and emotional selves. Silence also invites us to engage with the present moment more fully. In the absence of distractions, we become attuned to the subtleties of life, the rustle of leaves, the rhythm of our breath, the feeling of sunlight on our skin. These details, often overlooked in the rush of the day, become anchors to the here and now. This presence fosters a sense of gratitude and wonder, reminding us of the richness that exists in even the simplest moments. Stillness has a way of revealing what truly matters. In the quiet, we can sift through the noise of our minds, setting aside the trivial and focusing on the meaningful. This discernment helps us approach the day with clarity and purpose, prioritizing what aligns with our values and letting go of what does not. It is a practice of aligning our actions with our intentions, creating a sense of coherence and integrity. The morning stillness also serves as a counterbalance to the fast-paced nature of daily life. In a world that often equates busyness with worth, choosing to start the day with quiet reflection is a radical act of self-care. It is a way of reclaiming time, of saying that your inner world deserves attention and care. This intentional pause creates a buffer against the chaos of the day, equipping you to meet challenges with a calm and steady mind. Silence and stillness also nurture creativity. When the mind is quiet, new ideas and perspectives have room to emerge. This creative energy is not forced. It arises naturally from a state of openness and curiosity. Starting the day with stillness fosters this openness, allowing us to approach problems with fresh eyes and to see possibilities where before there were only obstacles. In Buddhist practice, silence is often referred to as noble silence, a space where truth can be heard. This truth is not something external. It is the quiet voice of intuition and wisdom within each of us. By creating a ritual of silence in the morning, we attune ourselves to this inner guidance, fostering a sense of trust in our own instincts and insights. Stillness also deepens our connection to others. In the quiet, we are reminded of our shared humanity, of the experiences and emotions that unite us. This sense of connection fosters empathy and compassion, qualities that shape how we interact with the world. By starting the day with this perspective, we create a foundation for relationships that are grounded in understanding and kindness. The benefits of silence and stillness extend to our physical health as well. Research shows that moments of quiet reflection reduce stress hormones, lower blood pressure, and enhance overall well-being. These physiological changes are not just short-term. With consistent practice, they contribute to long-term resilience and vitality. This underscores the importance of integrating stillness into our routines, not as an occasional luxury, but as a daily necessity. Stillness also teaches patience. In the quiet, we learn to sit with ourselves, to resist the urge to fill the space with activity or distraction. This patience carries into the rest of the day, helping us navigate challenges with a sense of calm and steadiness. It is a skill that becomes increasingly valuable in a world that often demands immediate responses and constant motion. The morning stillness is a fertile ground for intention setting. In the quiet, we can reflect on our goals and values, aligning our actions with our deeper sense of purpose. This intentionality transforms how we approach the day, infusing even mundane tasks with meaning. It is not about controlling every moment, but about approaching each moment with awareness and care. Silence also allows us to let go. In the quiet, we can release the worries and frustrations of the previous day, creating space for renewal. This act of letting go is both liberating and empowering, reminding us that we're not bound by the past, but free to shape the present. Starting the day with this sense of freedom sets a tone of possibility and openness. Engaging with silence and stillness also enhances self-compassion. In the quiet, we can acknowledge our struggles without judgment, offering ourselves the same kindness we would extend to a friend. This practice of self-compassion creates a foundation of inner strength, equipping us to face the day with confidence and grace. The practice of silence and stillness is accessible to everyone. It requires no special tools or settings, only the willingness to pause and be present. Whether it's sitting quietly for a few minutes, walking mindfully, or simply breathing deeply, these moments of stillness create a ripple effect that shapes the entire day. They remind us that amidst the noise of life, there is always a space of quiet within us, a place of clarity, peace, and renewal. Through this practice, we reconnect with that space, carrying its stillness into everything we do. The stillness of morning carries the seeds of clarity, but what follows can be equally transformative. Buddhist monks, through practices refined over centuries, have perfected the art of turning mornings into a source of joy and resilience. Their rituals, grounded in mindfulness, discipline, and intentionality, are not merely routines, but pathways to inner peace and strength. By exploring how they structure their mornings, we uncover lessons that transcend time and tradition, offering profound insights into cultivating happiness and fortitude in our own lives. Monastic mornings begin with a deliberate simplicity, where each action is imbued with meaning. Rising early, monks embrace the quiet pre-dawn hours, viewing them as a sacred time to align the body, mind, and spirit. This intentional beginning eliminates the chaos that often accompanies hurried mornings, replacing it with a sense of calm purpose. The choice to wake before the world stirs is not about deprivation, but about creating space to nurture the inner self before engaging with the outer world. Gratitude is at the heart of monastic morning practices. Before taking a single step, monks reflect on the gift of a new day. This practice shifts their mindset toward appreciation, fostering joy that is not dependent on external circumstances. Gratitude transforms mundane moments, such as washing or eating, into opportunities to connect with the present and appreciate life's simplest blessings. This approach cultivates a deep sense of contentment that becomes a foundation for resilience. Silence plays a vital role in fostering joy and resilience within monastic routines. The early morning quiet is not simply the absence of noise, it is a purposeful space for reflection and connection. Monks use this time to engage in meditation, focusing their minds and grounding themselves in the present. This meditative silence strengthens their ability to respond to challenges with calmness and clarity, building an inner reserve of strength that sustains them throughout the day. A core component of monastic mornings is mindful movement. Whether walking meditation or performing tasks like sweeping or cleaning, monks approach these activities with full attention and care. This practice transforms routine actions into a form of meditation, deepening their connection to the present and reinforcing the understanding that joy can be found in even the simplest acts. Mindful movement also cultivates resilience by teaching the value of consistency and patience, qualities that fortify the spirit against life's unpredictability. Monks place great emphasis on the power of intention. Each morning, they set their focus for the day, aligning their actions with their values and purpose. This intentionality acts as a guiding light, helping them navigate challenges with clarity and resolve. Setting intentions fosters a sense of control and agency, countering feelings of overwhelm or helplessness. It is a practice that nurtures resilience by reminding them of their ability to shape their responses to life's circumstances. Community is another cornerstone of monastic mornings. Monks often begin their day with collective rituals, such as chanting or shared meditation, which reinforce their sense of connection and belonging. These communal practices foster joy by creating a support system rooted in shared purpose and understanding. The bonds formed through these rituals strengthen resilience, providing a reminder that challenges are not faced alone, but within the context of a larger community. Compassion and service are integral to the joy and resilience cultivated in monastic mornings. Monks dedicate time to reflecting on the well-being of others, practicing loving-kindness meditation, or preparing to engage in acts of service. This outward focus shifts their perspective from individual concerns to the collective good, creating a sense of purpose that transcends personal challenges. Compassion strengthens resilience by nurturing empathy and fostering a broader understanding of life's interconnectedness. Mindful eating is another practice central to monastic mornings. Monks approach their first meal with reverence, viewing it as both nourishment and an opportunity to express gratitude. This deliberate engagement with food cultivates a sense of satisfaction and joy, reinforcing the idea that happiness is not found in excess, but in mindful appreciation. Mindful eating also supports physical resilience, providing the body with the energy needed to meet the day's demands. Monks also embrace the principle of impermanence as they start their day. This acknowledgement of life's transience encourages them to release attachment to outcomes and focus instead on their efforts and intentions. By accepting change as a natural part of existence, they cultivate resilience that allows them to adapt to challenges without losing their sense of balance or peace. This practice of letting go fosters a profound sense of joy, rooted in the understanding that each moment is unique and precious. Ritual and repetition play a significant role in monastic mornings. By engaging in consistent practices, monks create a rhythm that grounds them and provides stability amidst life's uncertainties. These rituals, whether simple or elaborate, serve as touchstones that anchor them in the present and remind them of their purpose. The predictability of these routines offers a sense of security, while their intentionality fosters joy and meaning. The teachings that guide monastic mornings emphasize the importance of humility. Monks begin their day with the recognition that they are part of a larger whole, interconnected with all beings. This perspective reduces the ego's influence, creating space for gratitude and compassion to flourish. Humility strengthens resilience by encouraging acceptance of both strengths and limitations, fostering a balanced sense of self that is neither inflated nor diminished. The discipline inherent in monastic mornings is a source of both joy and strength. By committing to their practices, monks build the mental and emotional fortitude needed to face life's challenges. This discipline is not rigid or punitive, but arises from a deep respect for the value of their routines. It teaches the importance of consistency and perseverance, qualities that are essential for navigating adversity with grace. Nature often plays a central role in monastic morning practices. Monks frequently incorporate time spent outdoors, whether through walking meditation or simply observing the natural world. This connection to nature fosters a sense of awe and wonder, reminding them of life's beauty and interconnectedness. Nature's rhythms also serve as a mirror for life's cycles, reinforcing the principle of impermanence and fostering resilience in the face of change. Monks use their mornings to cultivate a state of mindfulness that extends throughout the day. By practicing presence during their rituals, they train their minds to remain focused and calm, even in the face of challenges. This mental clarity not only enhances their ability to manage stress, but also fosters a sense of joy that arises from fully experiencing life as it unfolds. The joy and resilience cultivated in monastic mornings are not reserved for monks alone. These practices offer universal lessons that can be adapted to any life, regardless of circumstance. By embracing mindfulness, gratitude, intention, and compassion, we too can transform our mornings into a source of strength and happiness. These small, deliberate acts create ripples that shape not only our day, but also our outlook on life itself. The simplicity of monastic mornings holds a profound truth, that joy and resilience are not found in external achievements, but in the quiet, consistent cultivation of the inner self. Through their practices, monks demonstrate that the path to happiness and strength lies not in avoiding life's challenges, but in embracing them with an open heart and a steady mind. By drawing inspiration from their rituals, we can create mornings that nourish not just our bodies, but our spirits, setting the tone for lives that are both joyful and resilient. The practices of Buddhist monks illuminate the immense power of intention and discipline in shaping joyful, resilient mornings. These principles, rooted in centuries of wisdom, lead us to the concept of the morning mind as a garden. Each day begins with fresh soil, ready to be cultivated with mindfulness, gratitude, and compassion. What we plant in these early hours determines the harvest of our day. By tending to this inner garden, we foster a landscape of positivity that nourishes not only ourselves, but everyone we encounter. The mind, like a garden, responds to what we feed it. In the morning, it is especially fertile, quiet, open, and receptive to new influences. What we allow to take root in this space becomes the foundation for our thoughts, emotions, and actions throughout the day. This is why the morning offers such a powerful opportunity for mindfulness. When we approach this time with care, we plant seeds that encourage clarity, peace, and purpose. Mindfulness in the morning involves pausing to acknowledge the state of our inner world. This pause is not about judgment, but observation, noticing thoughts and emotions as they arise. By doing so, we create space to choose what we nurture and what we release. For instance, instead of letting worry dominate, we can redirect our focus toward gratitude. This practice of choice is akin to weeding a garden, removing what doesn't serve us to make room for growth. Gratitude is one of the most potent seeds we can plant in the morning. It shifts our perspective from lack to abundance, helping us focus on what we have rather than what we lack. This shift creates a sense of contentment that acts as a buffer against the day's challenges. Expressing gratitude can be as simple as acknowledging the gift of a new day, the warmth of sunlight, or the support of loved ones. Each moment of gratitude enriches the soil of the mind, preparing it to sustain positivity. Compassion, another vital seed, flourishes when planted early in the day. Beginning with self-compassion, we acknowledge our imperfections without criticism, creating a foundation of kindness that extends outward. Compassion for others grows naturally from this foundation, encouraging us to approach interactions with empathy and understanding. By cultivating this quality in the morning, we set a tone of connection and care that influences every relationship. The act of setting intentions is like planning a garden. It provides structure and direction, ensuring that our efforts align with our values. Morning intentions might involve cultivating patience, practicing kindness, or staying present in each moment. These intentions act as guideposts, reminding us of the qualities we wish to embody. Over time, they create a mental landscape that reflects our deepest aspirations. Like any garden, the mind requires consistent tending to thrive. This is where morning rituals become essential. Practices such as meditation, journaling, or mindful movement are tools for nurturing the seeds we've planted. They reinforce mindfulness, gratitude, and compassion, ensuring these qualities take root and flourish. Each ritual, no matter how small, contributes to the overall health and vibrancy of the inner garden. The power of presence is another key element of the morning garden. By engaging fully with each moment, we cultivate a state of being that is grounded and alive. Presence allows us to savor the small joys of the morning: a gentle breeze, a bird song, or the aroma of coffee. These moments, when noticed and appreciated, become the flowers of the inner garden, bringing beauty and delight to our day. The principle of impermanence also plays a role in tending the morning mind. Just as seasons change, so too do our thoughts and emotions. Embracing this truth helps us navigate challenges with grace, knowing that difficulties, like storms, will pass. This perspective encourages resilience, allowing us to bounce back from setbacks and continue nurturing positivity. Patience is an essential quality in both gardening and cultivating the mind. Growth takes time, and not every seed will sprout immediately. Morning practices teach us to trust the process, to tend to our intentions with care and consistency without demanding instant results. This patience fosters a sense of peace, reminding us that progress, however slow, is still progress. Simplicity is another cornerstone of the morning garden. In a world that often values complexity and multitasking, choosing to focus on a few meaningful practices can be deeply refreshing. Simplicity allows us to give our full attention to each task, whether it's meditating, eating breakfast, or setting intentions. This focused approach prevents overwhelm and ensures that the seeds we plant are given the care they need to thrive. Connection to nature enhances the process of cultivating the morning mind. Spending time outdoors, even briefly, reminds us of the interconnectedness of all life. Nature teaches us about cycles, balance, and the beauty of imperfection. These lessons deepen our mindfulness and gratitude, reinforcing the qualities we wish to cultivate. Whether it's watching the sunrise or feeling the earth beneath our feet, these moments ground us in the present and nourish our inner garden. Resilience grows when we tend to the mind with care. Morning practices equip us to face challenges with a sense of steadiness, rooted in the positivity we've cultivated. This resilience is not about avoiding difficulties, but meeting them with an open heart and a calm mind. The seeds of mindfulness, gratitude, and compassion become the roots that anchor us, providing strength and stability in the face of life's uncertainties. Creativity flourishes in a well-tended morning mind. When we clear away distractions and nurture positivity, we create space for new ideas and perspectives to emerge. This creativity is not limited to artistic pursuits. It extends to problem-solving, decision-making, and how we approach daily life. The morning garden becomes a source of inspiration, feeding our ability to think and act with imagination and purpose. Community is another aspect of the morning garden. While much of the work of cultivating the mind is internal, its effects ripple outward, influencing our interactions with others. A mind cultivated with mindfulness, gratitude, and compassion creates a sense of harmony that strengthens relationships and fosters connection. These qualities are contagious, inspiring those around us to nurture their own inner gardens. The process of tending the morning mind is both an art and a discipline. It requires intention, effort, and a willingness to learn from each day. But the rewards are profound. A well-tended morning mind becomes a source of joy, resilience, and clarity, shaping not only how we experience the day, but how we engage with life itself. By planting the seeds of positivity each morning, we create a garden that thrives in all seasons, offering nourishment and beauty for ourselves and others. The morning garden of the mind thrives on mindful cultivation, but even the most well-tended space can be disrupted by invasive distractions. One of the greatest threats to a peaceful and productive morning is the allure of distractions that pull us away from clarity and focus. In an age where the first instinct upon waking is often to reach for a phone or mentally dive into an endless list of tasks, avoiding these pitfalls becomes a practice of protecting your inner calm. This choice isn't just about regaining time, it's about reclaiming mental space to live the day with purpose and clarity. Distractions in the morning are particularly potent because the mind is at its most impressionable during these hours. After the restorative stillness of sleep, the brain is like a blank canvas, ready to absorb new input. Starting the day with distractions, whether scrolling through notifications or stressing over to-do lists, floods the mind with stimuli before it has had a chance to settle. This mental clutter sets the tone for the rest of the day, creating a cycle of scattered focus and elevated stress. Reaching for a phone immediately upon waking is one of the most common pitfalls. While it might seem harmless, the act of checking emails, messages, or social media can hijack your attention before you've had a moment to ground yourself. This habit pulls the mind outward, away from the calm it naturally carries in the morning and into a reactive state. Notifications, often trivial or demanding, shape your mood and mindset, leaving little room for intentionality. Phones are not just a source of information, they're also a portal to comparison and anxiety. Social media, in particular, can trigger feelings of inadequacy or FOMO, fear of missing out, as you scroll through curated glimpses of other people's lives. Starting the day with these emotions clouds your perspective and diminishes the sense of gratitude and contentment that could otherwise be cultivated. Breaking this habit begins with recognizing that your attention is a valuable resource, one that deserves protection. To-do lists, while practical, can also be a source of distraction if they dominate your morning. When your first thoughts are about all the tasks you must accomplish, the day feels like a mountain to climb before you've even taken your first step. This mental overload creates a sense of urgency and pressure that can stifle creativity and joy. Instead of energizing you, it drains your motivation, making it harder to approach the day with a clear and steady mind. The solution to these pitfalls lies in creating boundaries around your mornings. Protecting the first hour of the day as a distraction-free zone allows you to anchor yourself in the present before engaging with the outside world. This doesn't mean ignoring responsibilities. It means approaching them from a place of calm and focus rather than reaction and overwhelm. A few simple adjustments can transform your mornings into a time of clarity and intention. One of the most effective strategies for avoiding distractions is creating a morning ritual that aligns with your values. Rituals provide structure and purpose, giving your mind something positive to focus on. Whether it's meditation, journaling, or mindful movement, These practices establish a rhythm that keeps distractions at bay. Rituals also serve as a reminder that the morning is yours to shape, a sacred time to nurture your inner self before stepping into the demands of the day. Another powerful approach is to start the day with gratitude rather than technology. Instead of reaching for your phone, take a moment to reflect on what you're thankful for. This shift in focus redirects your mind from external inputs to internal appreciation, fostering a sense of abundance and peace. Gratitude, when practiced consistently, rewires the brain to notice the positive, counteracting the negativity bias that distractions often amplify. Creating physical boundaries around distractions can also be transformative. For example, keeping your phone out of reach or in another room during the morning reduces the temptation to check it. Similarly, writing down your to-do list the night before can help clear your mind, allowing you to start the day without the weight of unfinished tasks. These small adjustments create a sense of control over your environment, empowering you to focus on what truly matters. Mindful breathing is another tool for resisting distractions. Taking a few deep breaths upon waking helps ground you in the present moment, reconnecting you with your body and mind. This simple practice acts as a buffer between sleep and the day ahead, providing clarity before engaging with the world. Mindful breathing also reduces stress, making it easier to approach challenges with composure and focus. Compassion can also play a role in overcoming distractions. Recognizing that the impulse to check your phone or dive into tasks is a natural response to modern life helps soften self-judgment. Rather than berating yourself for these habits, approach them with curiosity and kindness. This perspective makes it easier to create change as you're working with yourself rather than against yourself. The benefits of avoiding distractions in the morning extend beyond mental clarity. They also enhance emotional well-being. Starting the day without the noise of notifications or the pressure of to-do lists creates space for joy and presence. This emotional foundation sets a positive tone for the day, influencing how you interact with others and handle challenges. It's not about avoiding responsibilities, but about engaging with them from a place of balance and intention. Fostering creativity is another benefit of distraction-free mornings. When the mind is not bombarded with external input, it has the freedom to explore new ideas and perspectives. This creative energy can be channeled into problem-solving, personal projects, or simply appreciating the beauty of the present moment. Protecting your mornings as a time for reflection and exploration nourishes this creativity, allowing it to flourish throughout the day. Resilience is also strengthened when distractions are minimized. A clear and focused mind is better equipped to handle stress and adapt to change. By starting the day with calm and clarity, you build a mental reserve that supports you in navigating life's uncertainties. This resilience is not about being unaffected by challenges, but about responding to them with thoughtfulness and grace. Community and connection can also benefit from distraction-free mornings. When your attention is not divided by screens or stress, you're more present with the people around you. Whether it's sharing a meal with family, greeting a neighbor, or simply smiling at a stranger, these moments of connection are enriched by your undivided presence. They remind you of the importance of relationships and the value of being fully engaged in the here and now. The process of avoiding distractions in the morning is not about perfection, it's about progress. Each small step you take toward protecting your mental space creates a ripple effect that shapes your day and, ultimately, your life. By choosing to start the day with mindfulness, gratitude, and intention, you reclaim your mornings as a time of empowerment and peace. In cultivating distraction-free mornings, you create a foundation for living with purpose and clarity. This choice is not a rejection of modern life, but a recognition of its challenges and a commitment to navigating them with awareness. By protecting the sacred space of the morning, you nurture a sense of calm and focus that carries into every aspect of your day, transforming how you experience the world and your place within it. Starting the day with clarity and intention paves the way for a more balanced and productive life. When distractions are minimized and focus is nurtured, the potential of the day unfolds with remarkable ease. This is where the connection between mindfulness and productivity comes to life. Buddhist teachings emphasize that productivity is not about constant action or unchecked busyness, but about aligning your efforts with purpose and values. By weaving mindfulness into the fabric of your day, you can unlock a flow state that enhances both effectiveness and fulfillment. The bridge between mindfulness and productivity begins with attention. Attention is the cornerstone of mindfulness, being fully present in the moment, and it is also the foundation of true productivity. Without focused attention, tasks take longer, errors multiply, and stress escalates. A mindful morning practice, such as meditation or mindful breathing, strengthens your ability to focus by training the mind to resist distractions and stay present with the task at hand. This sharpens your attention span, enabling you to approach work and responsibilities with clarity and precision. Mindfulness also fosters intentionality, a key element of productive living. By beginning the day with mindful reflection, you create a roadmap for your actions, prioritizing tasks that align with your goals and values. This intentionality prevents the scattershot approach that often leads to wasted time and energy. It's not about doing more, but about doing what matters most, with full awareness and dedication. One of the greatest obstacles to productivity is multitasking, a habit that mindfulness directly counters. Multitasking splits attention and reduces the quality of work, often leading to mistakes and frustration. Mindfulness encourages single tasking, focusing on one activity at a time with undivided attention. This practice increases efficiency and allows you to complete tasks with greater satisfaction. Whether writing an email, attending a meeting, or cooking a meal, single tasking transforms mundane activities into opportunities for presence and excellence. Time management is another area where mindfulness enhances productivity. Buddhist teachings often highlight the fleeting nature of time, urging us to use it wisely. Mindful time management involves approaching each hour with awareness and respect, recognizing that time is not something to be controlled, but something to be engaged with meaningfully. This perspective encourages prioritization and helps you let go of tasks that do not serve your overall purpose. Energy management is equally important for a productive day. Mindfulness helps you tune into your body's natural rhythms, recognizing when your energy is high and when it wanes. By aligning demanding tasks with periods of peak energy and reserving simpler tasks for low-energy moments, you maximize your efficiency and minimize burnout. This alignment, rooted in self-awareness, allows you to sustain productivity without depleting your reserves. The practice of pausing, a cornerstone of mindfulness, also boosts productivity. Short breaks to breathe, reflect, or stretch provide opportunities to recharge and reset, preventing mental fatigue. These pauses are not interruptions, but investments in sustained focus and creativity. They allow the mind to process information, solve problems, and return to tasks with renewed vigor. Mindfulness cultivates emotional intelligence, a skill that directly impacts productivity. By developing self-awareness and self-regulation, you can navigate stress, frustration, or conflict more effectively. Instead of reacting impulsively to challenges, mindfulness allows you to respond with clarity and composure, preserving mental energy for productive action. This emotional balance creates a stable foundation for navigating the complexities of work and life. Compassion, another pillar of mindfulness, enhances collaboration and teamwork, both of which are vital to productivity. When you approach interactions with empathy and understanding, you build stronger relationships and foster a supportive environment. This positive dynamic reduces friction and increases the flow of ideas and cooperation, making collective efforts more effective and enjoyable. Mindful productivity is also about embracing imperfection. Perfectionism often stifles progress, creating unnecessary delays and anxiety. Mindfulness teaches you to approach tasks with a sense of curiosity and acceptance, focusing on effort and learning rather than flawless outcomes. This perspective frees you to take action without fear of failure, accelerating growth and innovation. A key element of Buddhist mindfulness is the concept of right effort, which aligns beautifully with intentional productivity. Right effort is about balancing energy and purpose, neither overexerting nor underperforming. It encourages you to engage wholeheartedly with your work while avoiding the extremes of overwork or neglect. This balance ensures that your efforts are sustainable and fulfilling, leading to long-term success and well-being. Mindfulness also transforms the way you approach setbacks. Challenges are inevitable, but how you respond to them determines their impact on your productivity. Mindfulness fosters resilience, enabling you to view obstacles as opportunities for growth rather than as roadblocks. By staying present and open-minded, you can adapt to changing circumstances and find creative solutions to problems. Gratitude, often practiced in mindfulness, enhances motivation and engagement. Taking a moment to appreciate the resources, opportunities, and relationships that support your work creates a sense of purpose and satisfaction. This gratitude fuels a positive mindset that makes you more invested in your tasks and less likely to procrastinate or feel overwhelmed. Mindful eating, while often associated with physical health, also contributes to productivity. Starting the day with a nourishing meal eaten mindfully provides the energy needed to focus and perform effectively. This practice reinforces the connection between body and mind, reminding you that productivity is not just about mental effort, but also about supporting your overall well-being. Mindfulness encourages a focus on process rather than solely on outcomes. While goals are important, fixating on results can create unnecessary pressure and anxiety. By immersing yourself in the process of your work, you experience greater satisfaction and creativity. This process-oriented approach also reduces the fear of failure, as each step becomes a valuable part of the journey. The connection between mindfulness and productivity extends to decision-making. A clear and focused mind is better equipped to weigh options and consider long-term consequences. Mindfulness reduces the influence of biases and emotional reactions, allowing you to make thoughtful and informed choices. This clarity enhances both the quality and the speed of decision-making, enabling you to move forward with confidence. Mindful evenings complement mindful mornings, reinforcing the cycle of intentional living. Taking time to reflect on the day, acknowledge accomplishments, and release lingering stress creates a sense of closure that prepares you for restful sleep. This practice ensures that each day ends with a sense of fulfillment and sets the stage for a focused and productive tomorrow. The ripple effects of mindfulness extend beyond individual productivity to broader aspects of life. A mindful approach to work and responsibilities enhances your ability to be present with loved ones, engage in meaningful leisure activities, and contribute to your community. This holistic perspective underscores that true productivity is not about constant action, but about living in alignment with your values and priorities. By integrating mindfulness into your day, you transform productivity from a task-driven endeavor into a purposeful and fulfilling way of living. Each moment becomes an opportunity to act with intention, clarity, and care. This approach not only enhances your effectiveness, but also enriches your experience of life itself, making each day a meaningful chapter in a greater story of growth and connection. The connection between mindfulness and productivity reveals the beauty of living intentionally, but it also points to a deeper truth. Each morning offers a fresh start, untouched by the weight of the past. This perspective, deeply rooted in Buddhist philosophy, teaches us that renewal is always possible. No matter what challenges or mistakes may have unfolded yesterday, today holds the promise of peace, purpose, and joy. This secret of daily renewal is not only a source of hope, but also a profound reminder of the power we hold to shape each day anew. Morning is a time of transformation, a bridge between rest and action. In these early hours, the mind is receptive, unburdened by the momentum of the day. This openness is an invitation to reset, to release what no longer serves us, and to plant seeds of intention and clarity. Embracing the morning as a new beginning requires more than simply acknowledging it. It asks us to engage actively with the opportunities it presents. Daily renewal begins with the practice of letting go. Clinging to the disappointments or successes of the past traps us in a cycle of comparison and regret. By choosing to release these attachments, we create space for growth and possibility. This act of letting go is not about forgetting or dismissing experiences, but about freeing ourselves from their grip. It is a choice to meet the present with openness rather than preconceptions. Gratitude plays a vital role in cultivating the mindset of renewal. Acknowledging the simple gift of a new day shifts our perspective from burden to opportunity. This sense of gratitude fosters a positive outlook that infuses the day with energy and purpose. Gratitude is not reserved for grand gestures or events. It thrives in the recognition of small joys, the comfort of a warm drink, the light of dawn, or the quiet moments of reflection. Intention setting is a cornerstone of daily renewal. Each morning offers a chance to align our actions with our values, creating a sense of purpose that guides the day. Setting intentions is not about rigid goals or perfection, but about orienting ourselves toward what matters most. This practice transforms even the most routine tasks into meaningful acts, reinforcing the connection between our inner world and outer actions. Silence and stillness enhance the experience of renewal. In the quiet of the morning, we can hear the whispers of intuition and clarity that often go unnoticed amid the noise of life. This stillness is not passive. It is an active engagement with presence and awareness. By beginning the day in silence, we create a foundation of calm that supports resilience and focus throughout the day. Compassion, both for ourselves and others, deepens the sense of renewal. Meeting ourselves with kindness allows us to approach the day without the weight of self-criticism or doubt. This self-compassion naturally extends outward, shaping our interactions with others and fostering a sense of connection and empathy. Each morning becomes an opportunity to cultivate relationships that reflect understanding and care. The concept of impermanence is central to the Buddhist view of renewal. Recognizing that each moment is fleeting encourages us to appreciate it fully without clinging or resistance. This awareness transforms how we approach the day, teaching us to engage with life's ebb and flow with grace and curiosity. Embracing impermanence is not about detachment from life, but about deeper engagement with its beauty and fragility. Physical movement in the morning reinforces the sense of renewal. Whether it's gentle stretches, yoga, or a walk, moving the body awakens the senses and fosters a connection between mind and body. This movement is not about achieving fitness goals, but about honoring the body's need for care and attention. It reminds us that renewal is not just a mental process, but a holistic experience that includes the physical and emotional self. Mindful breathing is another practice that anchors the experience of daily renewal. Focusing on the breath brings us into the present moment, offering a sense of stability and grounding. This simple yet profound act connects us to the rhythm of life, reminding us that each inhale and exhale is an opportunity to begin again. Nurturing creativity in the morning enhances the process of renewal. Engaging in activities that spark imagination, whether writing, drawing, or simply daydreaming, opens pathways for new ideas and perspectives. Creativity thrives in the fresh energy of the morning, transforming the day into a canvas for exploration and expression. It is a reminder that renewal is not just about shedding the past, but about creating the future. Connection to nature deepens the sense of renewal. Observing the changing light, feeling the air on your skin, or listening to the sounds of the morning awakens a sense of wonder and interconnectedness. Nature's cycles reflect the constant renewal of life, offering inspiration and grounding. These moments of connection remind us of our place in the larger web of existence, fostering a sense of belonging and peace. Community also plays a role in daily renewal. Engaging with others in the morning, whether through shared rituals or simple acts of kindness, reinforces the sense of starting fresh together. These connections provide support and encouragement, reminding us that renewal is not a solitary journey, but one that benefits from shared energy and understanding. Resilience grows from the practice of daily renewal. By beginning each day with a sense of possibility, we build the capacity to face challenges with courage and perspective. Renewal teaches us that setbacks are not endpoints, but opportunities to adapt and grow. This mindset transforms adversity into a source of strength, reinforcing the belief that each day is a chance to begin again. Joy is a natural outcome of embracing renewal. When we approach the day with gratitude, presence, and intention, we open ourselves to the simple pleasures that often go unnoticed. Joy does not require extraordinary circumstances. It flourishes in the awareness of life's everyday beauty. Each morning becomes a celebration of existence, a reminder that happiness is found not in what we have, but in how we engage with life. Renewal also fosters humility. Recognizing that each day is a gift encourages us to approach life with a sense of wonder and gratitude. This humility softens the ego's hold, creating space for connection and growth. It reminds us that renewal is not about control, but about surrendering to the flow of life with trust and openness. The act of renewal is deeply empowering. It is a declaration that the past does not define us, and that we hold the power to shape our experience. This empowerment is not about denying challenges or difficulties, but about choosing how we respond to them. Each morning is a reminder of our agency, a call to live with intention and purpose. By embracing daily renewal, we create a life that is both dynamic and grounded. Each day becomes an opportunity to grow, to connect, and to live fully. The Buddhist secret to renewal is not a complex formula, but a simple, profound shift in perspective. It is the understanding that every morning is a new beginning, a chance to cultivate peace, purpose, and joy in the ever-changing landscape of life. Renewal teaches us that every moment is an opportunity to choose differently, but within that choice lies another vital practice, the power of not reacting. Buddhism speaks to the heart of this wisdom, showing us how mastering our emotional responses can transform not only our inner world, but also our interactions with others. The ability to pause, observe, and respond with intention rather than impulsivity is a profound strength that shapes how we navigate challenges, relationships, and even our own thoughts. This practice is not about suppressing emotions, but about understanding and channeling them in ways that align with peace and wisdom. Reactivity is a natural part of being human. When faced with stress, conflict, or even unexpected joy, our emotions surge to the surface, often dictating our actions before we have had a chance to reflect. These instant reactions, while instinctive, can lead to regret or misunderstanding when they come from a place of unexamined impulse. Buddhist teachings invite us to pause in these moments, creating space between stimulus and response. This pause is a powerful tool, allowing us to act from a place of clarity rather than being swept away by fleeting emotions. Controlling emotions does not mean stifling them. It means understanding their origins and learning to respond in ways that serve our well-being and the well-being of others. Emotions are not enemies, they are signals, pointing to unmet needs, unhealed wounds, or desires that seek fulfillment. By observing emotions without judgment, we gain insight into their purpose and learn to address them constructively. This practice turns emotions into allies rather than adversaries. Mindful breathing is one of the simplest and most effective ways to create this pause. In moments of heightened emotion, focusing on the breath grounds us in the present moment, calming the nervous system and bringing clarity to the mind. This act of mindful breathing shifts the focus from the external trigger to an internal sense of balance, creating a foundation for thoughtful responses. Self-awareness is the cornerstone of emotional control. By regularly reflecting on our thoughts and feelings, we become familiar with our emotional patterns and triggers. This awareness equips us to anticipate reactions and choose responses that align with our values. Journaling, meditation, or simply taking a few moments each day to check in with ourselves are practices that deepen this self-awareness, making it easier to navigate emotional turbulence with grace. Compassion is another essential element of not reacting. When we view ourselves and others through the lens of compassion, we soften the intensity of our reactions. Compassion reminds us that everyone, including ourselves, is doing the best they can with the tools and experiences they have. This understanding fosters patience and reduces the urge to react defensively or aggressively, creating space for more thoughtful and empathetic interactions. The Buddhist principle of equanimity teaches us to maintain balance amidst life's highs and lows. This state of inner stability is not about indifference, but about remaining centered regardless of external circumstances. Equanimity helps us see situations more objectively, reducing the likelihood of being carried away by emotional extremes. Cultivating this quality involves regular practice, such as reflecting on the impermanence of all things, and developing gratitude for the present moment. Letting go is another vital practice in controlling emotions. Clinging to anger, resentment, or fear only amplifies their impact, keeping us trapped in a cycle of reactivity. Letting go does not mean ignoring these feelings, but releasing their grip on us. This release allows us to approach challenges with a clear and open mind, free from the weight of past hurts or future anxieties. The power of not reacting extends to our relationships. By choosing to respond thoughtfully rather than reacting impulsively, we foster trust, understanding, and connection. This approach is especially important in moments of conflict, where reactivity can escalate tensions. Thoughtful responses, rooted in empathy and clarity, de-escalate conflict and create opportunities for resolution and growth. Buddhist wisdom also highlights the importance of non-attachment in emotional control. Attachment to specific outcomes or expectations often fuels disappointment and frustration when reality does not align with our desires. By embracing non-attachment, we learn to flow with life's unpredictability, reducing the intensity of emotional reactions and fostering a sense of peace and acceptance. Patience is a skill that strengthens our ability to manage emotions. In a world that often values instant results, patience teaches us the value of waiting, observing, and allowing situations to unfold naturally. This patience extends to ourselves, reminding us that emotional growth is a gradual process that requires consistent effort and compassion. Mindfulness transforms how we experience and respond to emotions. By staying present, we reduce the influence of past experiences or future worries on our reactions. This presence allows us to fully engage with the current moment, responding to what is rather than what was or what might be. Mindfulness also reveals the impermanence of emotions, reminding us that no feeling lasts forever, no matter how intense it may seem. Boundaries play an important role in controlling emotions. Setting clear boundaries, both with ourselves and others, creates a framework for respectful interactions and self-care. These boundaries protect our emotional well-being, reducing the likelihood of being overwhelmed or reactive. They also empower us to communicate our needs and expectations with clarity and confidence. Self-reflection is a continuous practice that deepens our understanding of emotions and reactions. By regularly examining how we respond to situations, we identify patterns and areas for growth. This self-reflection is not about judgment, but about learning, turning each experience into an opportunity for self-improvement and emotional mastery. Forgiveness is a transformative aspect of emotional control. Holding on to grudges or past wrongs binds us to the very emotions we wish to release. Forgiveness, both of ourselves and others, frees us from these chains, creating space for healing and renewal. It is a gift we give ourselves, lightening the emotional load we carry. Gratitude shifts the focus from what we lack to what we have, reducing feelings of envy, frustration, or resentment. By cultivating gratitude, we anchor ourselves in positivity, making it easier to respond to challenges with resilience and grace. Gratitude also fosters humility, reminding us of the interconnectedness of all life and the support we receive from others. Emotional control is not about perfection, but about progress. Each step toward greater awareness, compassion, and patience builds the foundation for a calmer and more intentional life. The power of not reacting lies in its ability to create space for growth, understanding and connection, transforming how we experience ourselves and the world around us. Through Buddhist wisdom and practice, we learn that true strength is not in suppressing emotions, but in mastering their flow, aligning them with the peace and purpose that lies at the heart of our being. Mastering emotional control brings clarity to how we engage with the world, but this clarity also demands a profound focus on what truly matters, our own lives. Zen Buddhism emphasizes a deep, unwavering attention to the self, not in a self-centered way, but as an act of responsibility and wisdom. To focus on your life is to step away from distractions, comparisons, and unnecessary entanglements, embracing the path that is uniquely yours. This lesson invites us to reconnect with what lies within and to live in alignment with our purpose, free from the noise of external expectations. Focusing on your life begins with understanding where your energy flows. Many of us expend significant mental and emotional resources on things outside our control, from the opinions of others to the outcomes of situations we cannot influence. Zen wisdom teaches that reclaiming this energy starts with clear boundaries. By identifying what is yours to hold and what must be released, you create space to devote your attention to what truly serves your growth and peace. Comparison is one of the greatest thieves of focus. Constantly measuring yourself against others distracts from your journey and fosters dissatisfaction. Zen teachings encourage us to honor our individuality, recognizing that each person's path is distinct. Instead of looking outward for validation, we are invited to turn inward, appreciating our own efforts and progress. This shift not only frees us from unnecessary stress, but also deepens our sense of fulfillment and purpose. Mindfulness plays a crucial role in focusing on your life. By staying present, you avoid being pulled into the past or future, neither of which you can change or fully predict. The present moment holds all the power to shape your reality, and Zen practice trains you to engage with it fully. This presence allows you to respond thoughtfully to challenges, make deliberate choices, and savor the simple joys that often go unnoticed when the mind is scattered. Prioritization is another essential element of this lesson. Life is finite, and our time is one of our most precious resources. Zen wisdom encourages us to focus on what aligns with our values and goals, letting go of tasks or commitments that drain us without meaningful returns. This prioritization is not about being selfish, but about ensuring that your energy is invested in ways that bring fulfillment and contribute positively to your life and the lives of others. Zen also teaches the importance of simplicity. In a world that often celebrates multitasking and constant activity, simplicity can feel counterintuitive. Yet, by stripping away the unnecessary, we uncover what truly matters. This simplicity extends to both our external environment and our internal mindset. Simplifying our thoughts by focusing on one thing at a time reduces overwhelm and increases effectiveness, while simplifying our spaces creates an atmosphere of peace and clarity. The practice of letting go is integral to focusing on your life. Letting go of past grievances, unmet expectations, or the need for approval frees you to move forward without the weight of regret or resentment. This release is not about forgetting, but about choosing not to let these things define you or dictate your actions. It creates a sense of lightness and opens the door to new opportunities and perspectives. Presence in daily activities is another way to focus on your life. Zen encourages approaching even mundane tasks with full attention and care. Whether washing dishes, walking or working, treating each moment as a chance to engage fully enhances the quality of your experience and deepens your connection to the present. This approach transforms the ordinary into something meaningful, reminding you that life is lived in the small moments as much as in the grand ones. Self-compassion supports the practice of focusing on your life. Accepting yourself as you are, with all your strengths and imperfections, creates a foundation of kindness that allows for growth without judgment. This self-compassion fosters resilience, enabling you to recover from setbacks and continue your journey with courage and grace. It reminds you that focusing on your life is not about perfection, but about authenticity and effort. Clarity of purpose is essential to staying focused. Zen practice encourages regular reflection to ensure that your actions align with your values and goals. This clarity acts as a compass, guiding your decisions and helping you avoid distractions that pull you away from your path. It also provides motivation, as each step taken with purpose feels meaningful and rewarding. Gratitude anchors your focus on the present, reminding you of the abundance in your life. By appreciating what you have rather than longing for what you lack, you create a sense of contentment that supports focus and reduces restlessness. Gratitude shifts your attention from external comparisons to internal appreciation, reinforcing the value of your unique journey. Patience is another key aspect of focusing on your life. Growth and progress take time, and the Zen perspective encourages embracing the process rather than rushing toward outcomes. Patience allows you to approach challenges with a sense of calm and persistence, knowing that each step, no matter how small, contributes to your overall path. This patience also fosters humility, reminding you that life unfolds in its own time and cannot be forced. Boundaries are vital for maintaining focus. Saying no to distractions, whether they come in the form of external demands or internal doubts, protects your energy and preserves your peace. These boundaries are not about isolation, but about choosing where to direct your attention and efforts. They empower you to live intentionally, creating a life that reflects your values rather than being shaped by external pressures. The Zen principle of impermanence deepens your focus by reminding you that everything is temporary. This understanding encourages you to cherish the present moment and make the most of it, knowing that it will not last forever. Impermanence also reduces attachment to outcomes, freeing you to engage with life fully without fear of loss or failure. Connection to nature enhances your ability to focus on your life. Spending time outdoors, observing the cycles of the seasons, or simply feeling the earth beneath your feet grounds you in the present and reminds you of your place in the larger web of existence. Nature's simplicity and beauty inspire a sense of wonder and gratitude, fostering a deeper connection to your own life and the world around you. Reflection is a continuous practice that supports focus. Taking time to evaluate your actions, thoughts, and emotions helps you identify patterns and areas for growth. This reflection is not about judgment, but about learning and refining your approach to life. It ensures that you remain aligned with your purpose and adapt to changes with grace and intention. Creativity flourishes when you focus on your life. By removing distractions and engaging with your passions, you create space for new ideas and perspectives to emerge. This creativity is not limited to artistic pursuits. It extends to problem-solving, innovation, and how you navigate challenges. It transforms how you approach the world, making life richer and more dynamic. Focusing on your life is an act of self-respect and empowerment. It acknowledges that your journey is unique and that your energy is best spent on what truly matters to you. This focus creates a ripple effect, enhancing not only your own well-being, but also the quality of your interactions and contributions to the world. It is a practice of living authentically, with purpose and presence, and it holds the power to transform every aspect of your existence. Focusing on your life reveals the importance of walking your own path with clarity and purpose, yet this journey naturally raises the question of what it means to succeed. Success, often misunderstood as merely achieving wealth or recognition, holds a deeper, more fulfilling meaning in Buddhist teachings. It is about alignment with one's values, mastery over the self, and contributing meaningfully to the world. A Buddhist story on success offers timeless wisdom. The way to success lies not in grasping for it, but in cultivating the conditions for it to arise naturally. Success begins with understanding that it is not a destination, but a process. This perspective shifts the focus from external validation to internal growth. True success is not measured by what you have, but by who you become through your actions, thoughts, and intentions. It is the result of consistent effort rooted in mindfulness, discipline, and compassion. These qualities create the foundation for a life that feels purposeful and rewarding, regardless of outward achievements. Mindfulness is the cornerstone of success because it grounds you in the present, where all meaningful actions take place. Without mindfulness, the mind becomes scattered, chasing past regrets or future anxieties. Staying present allows you to give your full attention to the task at hand, enhancing the quality and impact of your efforts. This focus ensures that you act with clarity and intention, laying the groundwork for success in all areas of life. Discipline is another essential element of success. In Buddhist teachings, discipline is not about forcing yourself into rigid routines, but about creating habits that support your values and goals. Consistency, even in small actions, leads to profound results over time. Discipline helps you stay on track, even when motivation wanes, and reinforces the understanding that success is built on effort and perseverance rather than luck or shortcuts. Compassion adds depth to the concept of success. Achieving personal goals is important, but true success involves contributing to the well-being of others. Compassion transforms ambition into service, ensuring that your achievements uplift not only yourself, but also those around you. This outward focus creates a sense of interconnectedness, reminding you that success is not a solitary journey, but a shared experience. The Buddhist principle of right effort guides the path to success. Right effort is about aligning your actions with your purpose while maintaining balance. It encourages wholehearted engagement with your work without becoming consumed by it. This balance prevents burnout and ensures that your pursuit of success does not come at the expense of your well-being or relationships. Patience is a vital quality in achieving success. In a world that often values instant results, patience teaches you to embrace the process rather than fixating on outcomes. Success is rarely immediate. It unfolds gradually through persistence and learning. Patience allows you to navigate setbacks with resilience, viewing them as opportunities for growth rather than as failures. Gratitude supports success by shifting your mindset from scarcity to abundance. Recognizing and appreciating what you already have creates a foundation of contentment and positivity. This gratitude fuels motivation and fosters humility, reminding you that success is not about accumulating more, but about making the most of what you have. The principle of non-attachment, central to Buddhist teachings, redefines success by separating it from specific outcomes. Non-attachment does not mean a lack of ambition, but a willingness to release the need for control over results. This mindset reduces anxiety and allows you to focus on the quality of your efforts. When success is approached with non-attachment, it becomes a natural byproduct of authentic and intentional living. Clarity of purpose is essential for achieving success. Without a clear understanding of what matters most, it is easy to become distracted or overwhelmed. Purpose acts as a compass, guiding your decisions and ensuring that your efforts align with your values. Reflecting regularly on your purpose strengthens your commitment and provides motivation, even during challenging times. The story of a farmer seeking prosperity offers insight into this concept. The farmer, desperate for success, spends his days chasing wealth, neglecting his crops and relationships. A wise monk advises him to care for his land and community with mindfulness and dedication. Over time, the farmer's fields flourish, and his life becomes abundant in ways he had not anticipated. This story illustrates that success arises from nurturing what is already within your reach, rather than striving for distant rewards. Simplicity is another lesson on the path to success. In stripping away the unnecessary, you create space for what truly matters. Simplifying your thoughts, actions, and priorities reduces stress and enhances focus, allowing you to channel your energy more effectively. Success becomes less about doing more and more about doing what matters most with intention and care. Resilience is built through the pursuit of success. Challenges and setbacks are inevitable, but they also provide opportunities to grow stronger and wiser. Each obstacle overcome reinforces your ability to adapt and persevere. Resilience is not about avoiding difficulty, but about facing it with courage and creativity, knowing that it is part of the journey toward success. Creativity plays a crucial role in achieving success. Approaching problems with an open and innovative mindset leads to solutions that might not otherwise emerge. Creativity thrives in an environment of mindfulness and presence, where the mind is free from distraction and open to possibilities. This creativity transforms challenges into opportunities, enriching the path to success. Connection to others enhances your journey. Building relationships rooted in trust, respect, and mutual support creates a network that amplifies your efforts. Collaboration and shared wisdom contribute to success in ways that solitary effort cannot. These connections remind you that success is not only personal, but also collective, benefiting from the strengths and perspectives of others. Letting go of perfectionism is vital for sustained success. The pursuit of perfection often leads to stagnation, as fear of failure prevents action. Embracing imperfection allows you to move forward, learning and growing along the way. Success is not about flawless execution, but about consistent progress and the willingness to adapt. The Zen practice of beginner's mind teaches openness and curiosity, essential qualities for success. Approaching each task with a sense of curiosity and humility allows you to see opportunities where others see obstacles. This mindset encourages continuous learning and growth, ensuring that you remain adaptable and innovative in your pursuits. Success, as understood through Buddhist wisdom, is deeply personal. It is not about conforming to societal standards or expectations, but about living authentically and in alignment with your values. This authenticity creates a sense of fulfillment that transcends material or external measures of success, grounding you in a deeper sense of purpose and joy. The lesson of focusing on your life merges seamlessly with the understanding of success as a journey of growth, service, and intention. Each step, no matter how small, contributes to the larger picture of a life lived meaningfully. By integrating mindfulness, discipline, compassion, and purpose, you cultivate the conditions for success to flourish naturally, creating a legacy that is not only impactful, but also deeply satisfying. Success rooted in purpose and intention often requires addressing one of the most common obstacles, the inertia of laziness. While discipline is hailed as a virtue, overcoming laziness demands not just effort, but also understanding. Buddhist teachings illuminate the subtle causes of procrastination and lack of motivation, offering insights that transform these challenges into opportunities for growth. Through wisdom and practice, what may seem like a barrier becomes a gateway to resilience and achievement. Laziness often begins not as a lack of capability, but as a resistance to discomfort. The mind naturally gravitates toward ease, avoiding tasks that require effort or present uncertainty. Buddhism emphasizes the importance of recognizing this tendency without judgment. By observing how the mind creates stories to justify inaction, we gain the power to disrupt these patterns. Awareness of this inner dialogue is the first step in breaking free from its grip. A well-known Buddhist story tells of a young monk who struggled with his duties. He avoided his tasks, choosing instead to daydream and rest. When confronted by his teacher, the monk admitted his laziness. The teacher, rather than scolding him, asked a simple question: what would happen if you treated each task as a way to honor your own potential? This reframing shifted the monk's perspective, showing him that effort is not a burden, but an opportunity to grow. This lesson reminds us that discipline is not about forcing ourselves into action, but about aligning our actions with a deeper sense of purpose. One of the most effective ways to overcome laziness is to start small. Grand plans and overwhelming goals often paralyze rather than motivate. Buddhism teaches that each journey begins with a single step. Focusing on one small, manageable action reduces resistance and creates momentum. This approach builds confidence and establishes a habit of progress, no matter how incremental. Mindfulness transforms how we approach tasks, turning mundane responsibilities into opportunities for presence and engagement. By focusing fully on the task at hand, we reduce the mental clutter that fuels procrastination. Mindfulness shifts our perspective from avoiding effort to embracing it as part of life's flow. This presence enriches our experience, making even the simplest actions meaningful. Energy management plays a significant role in overcoming laziness. Often, what we interpret as laziness is the body signaling fatigue or imbalance. Buddhist wisdom encourages us to honor the rhythms of our body and mind, recognizing when rest is needed and when we can push forward. This balance prevents burnout and ensures that discipline is sustainable. Nourishing the body with proper sleep, nutrition, and movement creates a foundation of energy that supports consistent effort. Compassion, both for ourselves and others, is a powerful antidote to laziness. Harsh self-criticism often exacerbates inaction, creating a cycle of guilt and avoidance. Compassion allows us to acknowledge our struggles without judgment, fostering a sense of kindness that motivates rather than discourages. This self-compassion extends to others, reminding us that our efforts contribute to the greater good, inspiring us to act with purpose. Buddhist teachings on impermanence highlight the fleeting nature of time. Laziness often arises from the illusion that there will always be more time to act. Embracing the reality of impermanence creates a sense of urgency, not from fear, but from appreciation of the present moment's potential. This awareness inspires us to engage fully with life, recognizing that each moment is an opportunity to create and grow. Discipline flourishes when we establish routines that anchor our actions. Rituals provide structure and reduce the mental effort required to begin tasks, whether it's a morning meditation, a set time for work, or a daily walk. These routines create consistency that overrides the temptation to delay. Rituals also serve as reminders of our commitment to our goals, reinforcing the mindset needed for sustained effort. Letting go of perfectionism is essential in overcoming laziness. The fear of not doing something perfectly often leads to avoidance. Buddhism teaches that effort, not perfection, is what matters most. By focusing on the process rather than the outcome, we free ourselves from the pressure that stifles action. This perspective encourages experimentation and learning, transforming mistakes into stepping stones. Gratitude redefines how we view effort. Instead of seeing tasks as burdens, gratitude helps us recognize them as opportunities. Whether it's the chance to learn a new skill, contribute to a project, or care for loved ones, gratitude shifts our mindset from resistance to appreciation. This positive outlook fuels motivation and reduces the mental barriers that lead to procrastination. The concept of right effort, central to Buddhist practice, guides us in balancing action with intention. Right effort is not about relentless activity, but about channeling energy toward actions that align with our values and goals. This principle ensures that discipline is not draining but empowering, creating a sense of fulfillment rather than exhaustion. It reminds us that meaningful effort, no matter how small, contributes to our growth and well-being. Resilience grows through the practice of discipline. Each time we overcome the urge to delay or avoid, we strengthen our ability to act with purpose. This resilience is not about suppressing laziness, but about transforming it into a teacher. By facing resistance with curiosity and courage, we develop the inner strength to persevere, even in the face of challenges. The role of community in overcoming laziness cannot be overstated. Surrounding ourselves with supportive individuals who inspire and encourage us creates an environment that fosters discipline. Accountability, whether through shared goals or mutual encouragement, reinforces our commitment to action. These connections remind us that our efforts are part of a larger web of growth and support. Mindful reflection helps us understand the root causes of laziness. By examining our thoughts and feelings, we can identify patterns and triggers that lead to inaction. This self-awareness allows us to address underlying fears, doubts, or discomforts that may be holding us back. Reflection turns procrastination into an opportunity for self-discovery and growth. Creativity often emerges when we overcome laziness. Taking action, even in small ways, opens the door to new ideas and possibilities. This creativity transforms tasks from obligations into opportunities for expression and exploration. It reminds us that effort is not only productive, but also deeply rewarding, enriching our experience of life. Zen Buddhism emphasizes the power of simplicity in fostering discipline. Simplifying our environment, priorities and thoughts, reduces the overwhelm that often leads to procrastination. By focusing on what truly matters, we create clarity and purpose, making it easier to take action. This simplicity also enhances the quality of our efforts, ensuring that they are meaningful and aligned with our goals. Patience supports the process of overcoming laziness. Discipline is not built overnight. It requires consistent effort and a willingness to start again when we falter. Patience allows us to approach this journey with kindness, recognizing that growth is gradual and non-linear. It teaches us to celebrate small victories and view setbacks as part of the learning process. Incorporating mindfulness into daily life transforms how we engage with tasks. Mindfulness trains us to approach each action with full attention and care, reducing distractions and increasing satisfaction. This presence turns effort into a meditation, deepening our connection to the moment and enhancing our ability to act with purpose. Overcoming laziness and cultivating discipline is ultimately an act of self-respect. It acknowledges our potential and honors our commitment to living fully and authentically. Through Buddhist wisdom, we learn that discipline is not a burden, but a pathway to freedom, a way to align our actions with our values and create a life that reflects our highest aspirations. Every morning holds the power to transform your life. Through the wisdom of Buddhist practices, we've explored how mindful breathing, gratitude, intention, movement and simplicity shape the foundation of not just a good day, but a meaningful life. From the calm clarity of stillness to the empowering discipline of mindful rituals, these habits are more than routines. They are a roadmap to inner peace, joy, and resilience. Mornings are a chance to renew, to grow, and to embrace the present moment fully. The lessons shared here invite you to step into your day with purpose and alignment, cultivating a mindset that nurtures both your soul and your goals. The beauty of these practices lies in their simplicity. Even the smallest steps can bring profound shifts. Now, let's turn the reflection into a conversation. What morning habit has made the biggest difference in your life? Or which of these practices are you excited to try first? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We can all learn from each other's experiences. And if you found value in this journey through Buddhist morning habits, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Join our growing community of mindful explorers and tap the bell icon so you never miss another opportunity to deepen your practice. Here's to mornings filled with peace, purpose, and infinite possibilities. See you in the next video.